too, though, because she's the chair. Oh, you already sent her a thank you? We're sending a thank you to Margaret.
Yes, it'll be in our minutes for the last meeting.
Okay. So Debbie, if I get you this, will you mail this to Margaret Thompson? If you want to sign it. Okay. Okay, so, so now I can't find it because I didn't mark it. What page was it on?
Page 2 at the very top. So we just have to X the word not, if that's how they're going after the public.
Oh, right, it's underlined it.
Yep.
So it says, see, it says shall not. Shall not. We are gonna cross out not and we shall. Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted everybody to
No, I didn't.
understand that.
I guess we got one.
And we do this for 15 minutes, right?
Also realize this will be accompanied by,
Let me know.
what I give it to you in the packet, local law number 4, 2023,
So we'll have to make.
because this isn't, the amendment's not the local law in its entirety. So this one will have to stay with 4 of 23, because it's only amending it.
Okay, okay. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
We just have a few minutes because we had a public hearing tonight about senior citizen exemption. So if you wonder why we're just sitting here.
That's all good.
Oh, well, are you guys done reading that? Okay, so I'm gonna show you this while we're waiting.
Mhm.
Okay, this is the guardrails from the red mill.
Break two.
I just wanted to show you the videos before we, there's somebody in that car. How frightening is that? Here, let me show you the first, because there's 4 videos. There was an accident at Red Mill and they emailed us about guardrails, so I want you to see the videos. There's 4 videos, I'm gonna show them all. There's a person in that car. Watch, she gets out. It literally is so disturbing. Okay, so that's video 1. This is video 2. I mean, he ripped out the hot water, it went right through the storage unit of the thing. Oh, so lucky no one was killed. This is a different camera, different angle. And then here's video 3.
Have a seat.
That's like the building. I don't know. Did you see it, John? We're in a public hearing, so we haven't started yet, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the 3rd video.
Set a post to stop that, you're gonna have to set a pretty good post.
A guardrail's not gonna stop that.
Slow it down a little bit.
Over.
And
Get to
then,
there.
and then this is the last and final video. And this is where the trash can, that's where he ends up. Yeah. Get that trash thing.
I always thought it'd be coming from 80 from Columbus. Go through
Yeah.
that way.
And here's the last video.
Okay.
And the trash can, the thing is there, the dumpster where he ends up.
It's probably good the dumpster was there, because it looks like he would have came coming.
Yeah.
When you come in off the road,
He was coming down 8, I guess started going went over like the ditch, and then down on that Red Mills Road, right through those two buildings with the, I mean, I don't know if he steered that was pretty good steering, but that's what I heard. I mean, I don't really know the details of it. Brandon, if you wanna just look at these.
Sure.
Because this is the one I asked you about. There's 4 videos.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how to run this thing now?
Just when you, after you watch the first video, press, it'll say done, press that, and it'll come back to here, and then press
Okay.
each video.
well, or you pick your spot and do well. But he-
Pete, we just have 4 more minutes of the public hearing. We're open for public hearing on the, senior citizen exemption for the IRA. I'm just gonna put these in the back office. This is from county. This was a report from the elections about the election. This is a report which I thought was pretty good on, individual citizens. That's why I was really confused with that saying, it was a Coventry ambulance, and I was like, but that's the county, it was the county that changed it. So that's the ambulance is Coventry. So I was confused by that. And then there's gonna be another one from, that I got today that I forgot to enter to the side with the public assistance and all that. It's the state report. And I'll just leave it in the office.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
This situation, this is a pretty good report since it was their first year and they expect, like they feel like they did okay considering it was.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, you know,
3 inches
so
an hour
it's,
coming down.
and they're predicting, because they're doing calls, so
Oh,
and it eases up on, because there's so many times I don't have anything. So.
For the next 5 days,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you guys.
Mhm. Yeah, she's still not real happy.
Making some in the last couple of
Well,
years.
she's more animated
But
than he
Oh, yeah.
is. I mean, he seems to be.
I don't know, I don't even know who they are.
I've
No
been
idea.
federal government.
I just have to think of where Ron will go.
Mhm.
So if I go to try
And the
to
government.
support that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, I ended up calling her
He
today.
has a way of doing things.
I know, we're pretty popular on that road, not in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. And then I just wanted to ask you, we gotta table the vouchers till we get the new business done? Or I can skip and we can vote on that JPJ and then go through the vouchers, or you want me to just table them?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, all right. Well, you can decide when you get there. And now this, we just do new business, we just close.
Mhm.
All right, we got 1 minute left. Like I said, we're in public hearing about a local law to amend the provision of the local law number 4 of 23 regarding the partial exemption for the real property tax for senior citizens. So that's what we're waiting for to close. Okay. No questions, because no one had any. All right, so I want to bring our March 11 board meeting to order. And can we salute the flag?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, open for discussion. Who wants to go first? We have audience. Okay,
Hello.
hi.
What's your name?
My name is Monty. I'm with Troop 61 in New Berlin. We wanted to thank you guys for allowing us to stay at Millbrook during the off season and during the encampment. So here's a plaque. Show our appreciation.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. That is very
You have a good
nice.
day?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was one day, I think. And we did lots of activities. So thank you.
This is very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, are you guys working towards Eagle or
Yeah, trying.
trying? Yeah.
He's newer, so.
So you knew.
Yeah.
You just joined. Well, I hope you have fun being in Scouts.
Yes.
We have two parents here, maybe more. I don't know about Pete. Were you an Eagle? We have one Eagle Scout and two mothers that have Eagle Scouts.
The
So,
first thing they're gonna ask you when you go to college, at least Tim they did, when they saw that eagle on his application, it was like,
yeah, it does matter. And you do have a lot of fun doing it. So thank you for that very much. Okay. Any other comments you wanna? No? Okay, Jill, you wanna go next? Cause I don't wanna keep people that don't wanna be here all night.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hi, good evening. For those that don't know me, my name is Jill Robinson. My brother and I own Unadilla Motocross just up the road. And this is, I guess, my annual pilgrimage to your meeting, just to turn in our 2024 race date, season date.
Beautiful.
We had a fantastic 2023. Yep. Our Pro National obviously is the largest one. That's our August event. And in preseason sales last year, we had tickets sold out to 12 different countries. The two furthest being Australia and New Zealand, with I guess Japan kind of knocking on their door, South America and Europe, and 34 states, the furthest away being Alaska.
Wow.
So bringing a lot
Congrats.
of people from across the world to Little New Berlin, and we're looking forward to doing that again in 2024. There were some interesting changes made to the series to start 2023. We've really seen it pay dividends, and we think that will continue this year. So pretty much every event there is going to bring people from outside the area, which is ideal for everyone in the community. So thank you all for your support. I know there's some challenges with traffic and such, but appreciate all your support in helping us crack that, and we look forward to a good year.
Right.
Thank you for your
Thanks.
time.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Good for you guys.
Thanks.
very nice.
Thanks, Jill. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Anybody? Matt, do you want to wait till South Rolling Water?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Pete, you're up.
Okay, primarily just things that are coming up for the village of New Berlin that may spill on over into the town. The Easter egg hunt is Saturday, the 30th of March, up at Hyde Park. 12:30 is the arrival of the Easter Bunny, and 1 o'clock is the actual Easter egg hunt. It's going to be broken into two parts. One is 5 and under, and the other is 5 and older. Hopefully, somewhere between the. Hopefully, we're able to cut it off somewhere in the area of 10 or 11-year-olds. But this year, it's going to be a lot of not just the candy, but also some small prizes that we have, and some of the prizes are not quite so small. They may be art supplies. We have tickets to dance events, maybe even a small bicycle or two. We're working on that, trying to make sure Monday we'll know exactly what we have to work with, but we are working it for the 30th of March, not to conflict with South of Burns, which is on the 23rd. And I believe the library also has theirs on the 23rd as well.
Did you guys reach out to Walmart about the bikes?
I believe that Kelly Banks has reached out to Walmart.
Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods? Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, that's a great idea.
Is that rain or shine, Pete?
Rain or snow?
Or rain
Or
or
snow.
snow?
Or shine.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Easter is in
I'm,
March
I'm,
this year.
I'm hoping that it is shine, but
Rain or snow?
yes. The 19th of March is our village elections. Just so you know, we have three trustee positions that are up for election. And they are posted in front of the village office. 20th of April is Earth Day and Cleanup Day. And Sarah will tell you that there was an awful lot of effort put into that last year. I think we made a big difference on that. Again, we will be collecting tires, electrical components, appliances and small appliances and stuff like that, as well as shredding paper. The paper shredder will be up in front of the old firehouse. In addition to that, there is also going to be a contractor fair sponsored by the CD Loan Committee, which essentially is going to introduce people who may want to get a CD loan, community development loan, but don't know who to talk to as far as getting a contractor. So we're going to have the contractors down at the Giovanni Center, give them a forum to meet with local people who may need to have a CD loan to fix a porch, repair a part of a roof, or whatever it is that they need around the house. CD loan up to $20,000, I believe it is, for the individual residential property, and $30,000 for commercial property. That $30,000, I believe, is going to be changed tomorrow, and then, or at least it's up for consideration. Right now it's 25, but I think that they're going to bump it up to 30,000. Also, at that event, we will be having greater opportunities for Broome and Shenango, provide hopefully some renderings of the new properties that they now are going to be refurbishing on Green and Genesee Street. Between the two grants that they received, we're talking $5.8 million worth of facilities and 21 housing units between the five pieces of property for subsidized housing. But people have been asking about what is this? What is it? What's it going to look like? It's essentially a complete restoration of those 5 pieces of property for people that are at risk of, or may even be shadow homeless at this point. But the focus is going to be on people who are in the New Berlin area, either living in New Berlin currently or working in the New Berlin area. It's we have meetings set up with greater opportunities for Broome and Shenango on this. So there's been a lot of rumors about, oh my God, we're bringing in people from outside. My focus right now is to try to take care of the folks that we do have here who are living and or working in the New Berlin area or the UB school district. So there may be some folks outside the immediate village constraints, but still our neighbors.
Mhm.
Let's see. The 22nd of March. It's kind of a neat little thing. We have Bonnie Klein, who works up at Chase, is going to be receiving the Employee of Distinction Award for the entire Southern Tier. It's a big deal for Chase. And we're also going to hopefully recognize Paige Tiffany, who lives up on North Main Street, right just before you get outside the town, out into the town property, who was awarded a $15,000 scholarship so that she, or reimbursement, so that she could move from CNA up to LPN. And she is one of the most popular folks up there. Everybody loves her. And I want to show that we do have programs that will allow our people to get in on the ground floor, start as a CNA, work their way on up, and there are programs that will allow them to do this at a financially reasonable rate.
Is that at Chase, Pete?
Yes,
What time is that at?
that's 1:30. 22nd. Let's see. There is a water letter going out to the village water subscribers. It may be something that you guys may hear peripherally. Why didn't we get one? Well, it's only for the people that are subscribing to the village water service. Kind of giving a thumbnail of where we are with the water project. Talking about the $5 million in grants that we received from the bipartisan infrastructure law, and the up to $7.4 million of zero interest loans that came along with that program. Kind of talking about the project itself and where we're summarizing the event that we had. I think it was the 7th of February. It was an open event to the public, but a lot of people were not able to attend. We're going to be putting the video of that event on the website. But there is more activity that we're continuing to pursue as we build a mosaic of grants and loans to reduce the overall price of the project. But right now we're moving along well with that. I can't talk about some of those because they haven't been finalized. Part of it is caught up in the delay in the federal budget. But we hope to have some more information relatively soon on that. 6th thing, we have CPR training open to the community. Something that our EMS group has offered. We've coordinated with one of our trainers from outside. He's currently on the, I believe he's one of the heads of EMS or fire department up in Utica, but he comes down and does our training for our staff. But because he owed us a training opportunity, I said, why don't we open it up to the entire community? So more details to follow on that is 6th of May down at Chivani Center. And let's see.
And that's gonna be free for the,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Is there an age limit on that?
I mentioned it to Kevin.
And that might be a good badge to get.
And hold up on this one. And following up on Jill and her mention of the traffic that comes along with motocross,
Oh.
we have another major traffic event that's going to be coming up, and that's the 8th of April, which is the eclipse.
Mhm.
People going up to see the eclipse from downstate and out of state come up either 8 or 12, and it is going to be a mess. Probably the night before, all the way through the evening thereafter, because people are going to pull out off the side of the road. They're going to do really stupid things around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, Dave and I have already talked about that. And I believe my 5 minutes of fame is up.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Any other public that wants to speak? Okay.
No.
Yes? No? Okay.
Since I don't see Mary Ellen here, I just want, you and I have had this discussion on the campus.
And so has David has spoken.
Your thought?
I actually had an email with her today. I also
Okay.
had a meeting with Tom
Okay.
today, this morning with Tom, the guy that does the cameras. So we're
That's
working
what I
that
said.
all.
Okay, I'll stay out of that one.
Okay, yeah, he did take care of it, okay. Okay, I need a motion to approve the monthly, meeting minutes for February 12th. Sarah, a second?
It's possible that my notes are wrong, but for resolution 15, I had that it was introduced by myself and seconded by April. So if we could just double check that on the recording. Everything.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I abstained because I wasn't at the meeting. Okay. So I don't know what happened. All right, now I need a motion for February 22nd's committee minutes. John, second. Roy, any discussion on those? All in favor? Okay, I abstain. Did you have a discussion, Cheryl? Did I go too quick?
No.
Okay, okay. Acceptance of the monthly reports. I didn't write one, and I had some stuff, but I can go at the end. I thought you were gonna put me on at the beginning. I didn't write one because I wrote it on paper.
I wasn't sure because I didn't have one in my packet, so I didn't put it on the agenda. Were
Okay.
you not at you were at the committee meeting?
Oh, God, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. So yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, God, I'm losing it because I missed, because I was at county too, not approving minutes this morning. Sorry about that. Just for my report, I wanted to apologize in person that I wasn't here for February's meeting because I had a flower shop and it was Valentine's 2 days before. And as far as county safety committee, I want to just share with you all, I brought the ambulance projections of last year. I really enjoy the safety rules committee. I really feel like I'm going to get a lot of it because it's a lot with the sheriff's department and it's a lot with ambulance. And we're one of the few towns that have police. So I feel like that's going to be a big asset for us. I enjoyed that committee meeting. And I just, the last thing I want to tell you is I did get invited to the Sheriff's Award Dinner. They did a banquet on Friday night at the Car Museum. And you'll be a little embarrassed of your supervisor because I called, I thought they wanted me to buy a table. And they go, I don't know what your invitation says, but you're invited to come to it. So, but me and I could bring my husband, we went to it. It was a great ceremony, great turnout. David, our police agency, got invited too. David and Lisa went, and it was really, they said it was the biggest turnout that they've ever had. And it really was really good. So that's all I have for supervisor. Highway, Brandon, come on up. You're the next contestant.
All right. A brand new car.
Pretty quiet month, February. I'm happy about that. Been plowing sand a few times. Weather's been really good. We got 177 ton of salt in. We're 23 ton away from our 50% minimum order, so we're looking real good for the rest of the year. The good days, we were chipping and cutting brush on Martin and Brooker Road. We did some pothole repair with the good weather we had. We got the two 2,500 gallon tanks. I brought that up to you guys last month. We ended up winning the bid, and hopefully next week we'll be able to go and get them in Saratoga Springs. The Great All, we got it back February 27th for the repairs that were made. That was just a little over $31,000. As a whole, I'm pretty happy with that number. I was expecting closer to 50, but so
I was really happy with that.
yeah, that was really good. It was at 27 or 28, and then the last thing that they did came out of nowhere, so it was another additional $3,000. So,
Yeah.
but as a whole, I think we did really good. And we had to do something with it because that's our only source of digging at the moment. We assisted Matt down in South Cabrillo with the water department, here and there, doing some mark out and stuff like that. And our broom for the new bucket loaders in, it's left today to go to Binghamton, and should be back by Wednesday. So then we can start brooming roads. I did go to Advocacy Day last week up in Albany, talked to our local assemblyman and legislature. Governor Hochul has a proposal to cut $100 million in our CHIPS fund statewide. That's going to hurt us real bad.
Mhm.
So we went up there to fight City Hall, I guess, in a way. We talked to Joe Angelino, he's on our side. He's doing what he can, but he's just a small voice in a big crowd. So hopefully moving forward, she's gonna restore our funds and we can hopefully do more.
Right.
And then, but the 10-year thing is still kind of a kicker, so, but we need that money because we can't, have nothing in our budget to solely rely on that. So we'd be in big trouble.
Shares
Yeah,
trickle
so it'd be-
down,
yeah,
or
coming
it is
up.
gonna affect the shares?
Great.
Just curious.
Angelino said he thinks it's just a tactic, like for whatever reason. That's about it. He shed a lot of light and wasn't afraid to say what he had on his mind, which I thought was great.
Yeah,
The problem with that up there is we need to talk to the people who don't agree with us and don't understand how road work works and what the funding is for that. So,
right,
and they weren't there to talk to, so
right.
that's the way that went.
Well, keep talking.
Yeah,
All you can do.
yeah.
Hmm.
Other than that, it's been kind of a quiet month, just working on equipment and stuff ready.
You're gonna start that roof part tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a call from Matt earlier. He said they're gonna back their trailer in and start working on it tomorrow. Kind of windy today. So, other than that, I don't have much.
Okay, that's great.
Interesting to see what he finds under that roof.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Me too. Keep it.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
And just so it's that back part
Yeah,
where
that
that's,
leads to it.
yeah.
where it's, yeah, okay. I thought
So they
it was
put that-
leaking that day I was
Oh, where
there.
it started, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put that addition on because years ago when Keith Barker was the highway superintendent, he drove through the backside of the building. And they kind of used that.
Oh, let's open up and build on.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was,
that was brilliant.
yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
We need more room anyhow. So.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm curious to see if they find it. Well.
okay. All
Are we
right.
cutting down trees on 28?
Not us. Why?
Just curious.
No.
It's 28 Kings End Road. Oh, Great Brook. So that's county road,
Yeah,
right?
County.
That's what I thought.
I don't even like to plow it. I don't want to cut the trees on it.
I don't like that. I don't like to plow it either.
So,
Yeah. that's
All right.
I got.
all right, Brandon,
Thank you,
thank
guys.
you very much. Have a good night.
You too.
Hopefully,
Sorry, guys.
winter doesn't come in the end of March and April.
Yeah. Give the guys something to do, right?
Okay, David Kaminsky, police officer. Hey,
I'm present.
Well, thank you very much.
hey, I have my first question for you. I thought the cat thing was working. I thought it
It's
got
working
up.
now.
Oh, it is working
It
now.
wasn't
Okay,
working
working
when I
when we got, okay, because I thought you like got excited that,
and I'm like, wait a minute.
I thought you said it was working. Okay, great.
So we do have it up and running, so that's the first thing I'll get on the list. So I got it working and I'm not turning it off
Oh, okay.
because I'm
Afraid that it's gonna not
Yeah,
work
'cause
again?
that was it was a great effort between the Shenango County Dispatch, IT department, the county, our ER people, computer ER, plus the company themselves out of Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So it took, what, 4 or 5 months for that to get fixed.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. So we'll have that up and running again, which is nice to show you what we actually do. But I can tell you, we've had a few warrant arrests this past month, several, animal tickets, lots of traffic tickets. They're out there doing the job. Right now we have Tim out there right now who's patrolling right now. So the next thing is, I know it was in the last meeting, but it was tabled for the AEDs. So we have 3 AEDs in the department, and they were just upstairs, and I brought them back downstairs, but one battery doesn't work, and all the pads were from like 2015, 2017, so obviously outdated. I know I gave you in the original one the quotes. I have a couple of different quotes here. I can give them to you again so you have them. But so there's a couple things that are broken down on what you might want. Just the pads and stuff for them, plus There's an adult pad and a child pad.
Pads.
So we get a few of those for each one of those. Other things on here is, right now, currently in our building, we have no AEDs anywhere. So, you know, I have a box with the sign that just says AED. We have 3 of them. We could put one up here if you
Yeah.
choose to want one.
Yeah.
But that would be a box for that, and how much that costs. So I can give you like 1, 2, 4 different quotes of different things on just the pads and the batteries, that box and
Box.
stuff that goes up here, the little sign that says AED,
Right.
and whatever else, but whatever you guys decide. Basically, all I really need is the battery, just to get us up and running is the batteries and the
Batteries.
pads.
Okay.
So-
What is the, how much is that? Just the battery? Is that the first one? $225.99?
What does it say on there? Not how it looks.
This is the tent signs, the plain signs, standout signs,
That must be
inspection
everything.
tams, cabinets.
So that's probably every. The one that just says pads on it, so just the one that says pads.
If you do have a cabinet up here, anybody up here needs to have AED training. That's why we took them out of the front. And we
Okay.
took them out
Yes,
of
it's
the
pretty,
because you have to have the training.
But it's like a 5-minute training. You turn the machine on, it says do this, then do this. It's all automated, so it's almost not even. It's not really much training at all.
The pads are the 7367.
And there's a battery somewhere. We only need one, I think, so far. The other 2 work.
Walmart is 124. Okay. And the adult pads okay, this is the adult pads, the children's pads and infant also $410.85. Okay. All right, so we'll look at, it's all under 1,000, so we can look at this.
Yeah.
You want me to give you this or do you want? Okay. Okay.
Finally, after forever and a day, I got to meet with the DOT for the
Radar
signs.
signs, finally.
You know, I only did 2 applications, so he's gonna do the 3rd application, have me sign it, he said, so I'm hoping that's how it happens. He goes, and, they'll be able to put up the poles for us. I brought them around to the locations where we want to put permanent poles. Because we need a round poles really, we were using those other signage poles that we use, but they're really not right. And the one radar sign we have up on the West Street, I think I went there to see how it had it attached, because the brackets that we were putting up, so we had to
Brandon,
have high voltage guys look at this.
is that just from,
Wind and wear,
Right,
and
yeah.
so, because it's going on
it's
a
a
sharp,
busting,
it's
yeah,
on a sharp piece instead of a round pole.
yeah.
So, that, and I did talk with, the village, the mayor, regarding, possibly getting some more radar signs. He was interested in getting some, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. They
Okay.
have a program right now, to buy 2, get the 3rd one for free. So,
I think that we will be interested as soon as we see. The tipping point will be when we get the second one up that you have right now. Then we're gonna start to see some results, and then I will be able to sell.
Because we have to put one up at Shenango Lake this
Right.
year.
We're-
They've been begging it during,
So-
at least on the holidays, we have to. I totally dropped the ball on that last year.
So for that, Pete,
And
we
we-
do have one already in the village. And I wanted to put the second one down in South New Berlin as we enter South New Berlin, so we're gonna have one down there, and that's the same one we would probably, until we get other ones that we would use for the village.
But I think it will move, I think it will cascade very quickly when the second one gets put up. Because at that point,
That's it.
David has already met with Josh, so that we've got the locations identified. All we gotta do is just make sure that it's in our budget to roll it on over and quickly. go ahead and-
That offer I showed you for the 3rd one for free is only for like May, and then it goes back up, so.
And they are in yellow, not,
Now they're in yellow. We don't have
so
to
we don't have to get them
Right.
redone.
have
Okay.
it done, so they could
Okay.
correct that problem. Which, so the next request for motion, or I know you guys are already still talking about the procurement, procedures. Currently, I only have $100 to spend without board approval, which the daily functions, that's, as anybody knows here, sitting, try to go buy groceries, you can't buy anything for $100.
Right.
I'm requesting at least the $400, before I need board approval, so I can just get the job done without coming to the board every month for something.
Well, me and Sarah talked about that this weekend. So I am gonna say we're gonna table that because we are gonna diligently work on it, because it has to be changed for everybody, not just you.
Sure.
So we really need to get, that's like one of our next challenges that we're gonna work on, is getting that changed, because Debbie's needs to be changed, everybody's needs to go up.
Absolutely. Moving along, the next is professional development training. As you know, obviously, it's ever changing with the police world. We gotta stay on top of things, laws and all kinds of other trainings that are offered. So without reading the whole thing, just go over it quickly. I have something for Officer Parasol. It's called ARI, which is Advanced Roadside Intermediate Driving Enforcement. There's only, I believe, currently in this county, 2 officers that are able to do it. So I'd like to have somebody, so we don't have to rely on somebody. Also, this will segue into, it's called DRE, Officer Drug Recognition Expert. We just had something here recently where an individual came in under the influence, and we had to call Oneonta State Police for them to come to do the testing, because we had nobody in this county at all that could do it. So that's a free course. That's right in Whitesboro Fire Department, not until May. That's one thing I'm requesting. The next is for myself, Public Information Officer. So I'm part of the CHENTEC, which is the Chenango County Threat Assessment Program. I'm a member on the committee there, and they came out with saying that there's training that's available, and it's covered under New York State Homeland Security to fund the entire whatever training is. So they will fund this entire cost. Obviously, the only thing I'm asking for is the 2 days worth of pay, because I'm going to be on duty during that time. So all I'm requesting from the board is the ability to go and get paid my work days. And then also requesting use of 145 of the travel cards, professional representation of the town of Berlin. We're one of the only agencies that doesn't offer a travel card for when we go to any training. And just so you understand, if I'm working that day and I use my personal vehicle, you're still responsible for anything that happens to you when I'm in that vehicle. So the question is, would you rather pay for my vehicle with that? I got out of my vehicle in an accident, or the vehicle is wrong.
I'm currently in a vehicle, so when, if he's with his own vehicle, what is the mileage rate right now? Is it the?
55.
It's 55, it's not 67?
No,
Do you know how many miles it was to that?
So this one's probably, round trip's probably 400 something miles. This is in Pennsylvania, Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think I had it, when I looked at it, it was like, I didn't know exactly where it was. I think the approximate miles, I had like 221 one way, so
Yeah,
probably like.
Or something for that one. So that's, again, I know we had discussed last year at some point, anything over a certain mileage from the police department that we would utilize a travel card. We never really went any further than that. I know a lot of, like I said, a lot of other agencies require you, even if you're off duty, you have to come into the station, get a car, and then go to training. So again, it looks much more professional when you show up. Everybody else has the agency part of it. Now the other one is, I went to this last year. It's the Empire State Enforcement Traffic Safety Conference. Again, this, because I'm on the Chenango County Traffic Safety Board, they will pay for my lodging. So again, there will be no cost to the town. It's just my 2 days of pay for attending it. Again, the travel.
And that one's farther away, right?
It's actually closer. It's just like Lake George.
Okay. Yeah, when I put it in, I couldn't find the address.
that's Lake George.
Lake George, just above Lake George, Bolt Lake.
This is Lake George last year too, wasn't it?
No, it was in Rochester.
You went to something at Lake George.
It did, but I don't know what was for here. It might have been for the juvenile thing. It wasn't part of it.
I remember saying you were Lake George or something.
Okay.
The Homeland Security training, is there any strings attached to that?
No, so it's actually going through, so it's being put on by, I'll say Magellan, but it's called Mid-Atlantic Great Lakes Organized Crime Law Enforcement Network. Say that 3 times. So it's being put on by them, and we belong to, our department belongs to the Chenango County Threat Assessment. It's called CHENTEC. So we belong to that. Wes Mills, he's the one in charge of it. He said we've got, so they get so much money funded to them, but they use SUNY Mooresville College, so free cost. So they're not spending any money. So they said, we have all this money for training, and we like people to start using it. So then this was presented, and it says, so this cost $475 for the course they're paying for it. The hotel, they're paying for it. So they're paying for everything for this course, other than me.
Yeah.
My attendance is.
No, my question was because
Oh, yeah.
when Homeland Security first blossomed out, there was all this crazy tax.
Oh, yeah, no, nothing.
Officer, but when we wanted, he's our officer. Kind of thing.
Oh, no, not like that. No, nothing. It has, that's just the backing, the funding that's backing Shenango County, not us particularly, but that's where he gets the money from.
Yeah.
I still have to do the vouchers to the county personally. Because I pay for this, I'm paying for this upfront myself out of my pocket, and they're gonna reimburse me. So nothing goes to the town at all.
Do you want to finish or do the motions now, or you want to finish, let him finish, and then we'll go to the motions?
I will let him finish.
Okay, okay.
The next thing is overtime. This doesn't really affect me because, as I'm only 20 hours a week with my retirement, I can work any further than that. But it came to my attention about for full-time and permanent, part-time employees, working over 40 hours. One of our officers, full-time officers, worked over her 40 hours for the week, and she received straight time instead of anything over 40 is overtime. The reason being is, and as it is, during that week, she used a PTO day, 8 hours paid time off. That wasn't accounted or included in the 40 hours to include to make her go over 40 hours, which would be overtime. So she was paid straight time instead. And I understand that under the Fair Labor Standard Act, FSLA, it's not quite, but I've never seen that done. So I wouldn't even have known about this if she didn't bring it to my attention, because anywhere I've ever seen anything over 40 hours, regardless, it's sick. Because my whole thing is, say you have somebody that works, so they take a Monday off, get paid for it, and then on Friday, they're stuck here for 6-7 extra hours. They're not gonna get paid overtime for that? That doesn't even make any sense. It should be per day. Anything over the 8 hours should be the overtime rate. And also, if they work their straight 40 hours, but out of that 40 hours, one of them was an 8-hour shift or PTO time, and then I'm requesting them, can you come in and work this detail on the weekend at straight pay? What's the incentive to come? There isn't pay. I mean, it's just, and it's only very, very, when you look at the full picture of this, we're talking if somebody works their full 40 hours without taking a day off, and then they work overtime, they're gonna get overtime. So it's only, the only factor here is if they take a PTO day in that 8 hours or 40 hours, are they not gonna get overtime, they're gonna be straight time. So it's really minute times, because if they don't take any days off of vacation, they're going to get overtime. If that makes sense.
Could somebody take advantage of that?
No, nobody took advantage
No,
of
I'm
it.
saying, could somebody take advantage of that? Taking time off and then.
Oh, no, because we're not gonna let them take time off and then work overtime. No, so if you take, some
That's what I'm
places allow you to take the day off and then work a detail and it'd be straight overtime. No, they're not doing that. If you take the day off, you're off. You're not gonna come back in unless it's some God forbid emergency. You're not gonna come back for it. So you're off that day on PTO, but I'm just saying that I want that PTO 8 hours to be included to, if they go over 40 hours, it would be overtime, not straight time.
What if they take 3 PTO days and then they have to stay because of a case for an extra 4 or 5 hours? Then that would be 24 hours of PTO.
It doesn't, my whole
Like you're
point is,
talking about,
No.
if they work an 8-hour day and they
Per
have,
day
they're on
only,
a
not-
case, it'd be per day only.
well, I'm just saying.
Like
Say
per
that-
day only, as long as you didn't use PTO that day.
Right,
Is what
right.
I'm saying.
Like
Right.
say she gets a call at 4:45, a big accident, she doesn't get home till 8 o'clock. She already worked her 8 hours except, and then she'd get.
You could look at it that way. All I'm saying is anything over 40 hours, however,
Yeah.
however she accrued it, either by actually working or PTO, it's over. And again, it's only gonna be once in a blue moon that we even come across this most likely.
I like the per day thing.
Yeah, per day makes it
It's
simpler.
simpler, yeah. So then there's no question. Okay, last,
Donation and grants. So
yes.
We received a donation in a reduced price from Norwich. They were really generous to us for a tool chest. Ended up costing the town no money at all because we also had a donation from another private donor that provided money, so that was totally paid for and granted without any taxpayer money.
That is a nice, did you see it? Yeah, that's real nice.
Have a great deal.
Yeah.
For sure.
The NRA award is going to be expected. We're looking at around $454. That should be coming at some time in the near future here. I'll let Joan know that. So we gotta look out for that. That's going to be for ammunition and other stuff for our firearms training. The DOJ, the Patrick Leahy Bulletproof program, the grant that we awarded, we usually get 50% of whatever the total is. So they were looking around 1702, probably going to come down to because the stuff that I got was put on sale. So somehow, so we're only going to, you're looking at around more like $1,200 or $1,300 from the federal side. Now I'm still submitting the other half to the New York State for the other half. So I have that paperwork now and I'm going to be submitting that. We're still waiting. I got a DCGS tech grant. I applied for $54,000 for that grant. It's expected to come in sometime by May. We'll find out what our final numbers are going to be, but I'm hoping for body cameras, tasers, things that we need to do our job properly. Actually, our Joan told me about Gary Sneeze Foundation, so I submitted an application for that for first responders for a few different items that we can use here also. So anything I can get on donations or grants, I try for it. So
Okay.
and that is it. So just my motions, my question motions.
Okay.
I do have copies if you want to see what the training is. That's the PIO training.
Oh, yeah, good, probably want that.
Oh, you already looked it up?
Dave, make sure they deem that car surplus
Oh,
and
yes.
put your minimum,
I
what your
thought
minimum.
we already did.
I don't
that.
know.
But I didn't know. Brandon asked me. I'm not sure.
This is the one for Lisa, for the Levi.
Okay, yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
for me, but I didn't want to forget it. So
Is this
I'll
copy?
add it on your business, just in case we're doing it.
All right, so I'm gonna need this one.
Yeah, motion.
Oh, I have a couple, one other thing
Okay.
sorry. Some of the old, another thing from old business from last month. I don't know where you guys ended up with the flow request.
That's on new business.
Oh, it's new business.
Yeah, it's on new business.
You want a copy of these? Or you already
Yeah,
have
you
them?
can give them if you want, because I'm looking.
That's
at
the
them.
old,
Yeah.
the current one, and this
That's
is the new one.
Yeah, it's on new business.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's turn over, now the AEDs, do you want to wait and table that, or so we can all look at these prices and bring it up? And
I mean-
I'll put it on next month's agenda?
And just so you know, that's just the place that this lady, that's who called us. So that's where we got them from before. So it doesn't necessarily mean we have to, we haven't looked into see if there's someplace else that sells them
Yeah.
cheaper.
I would say, let's look at prices and make sure.
Okay, so
I
that,
didn't really look it over.
okay, so that we're gonna table, and I will give you, did I give you those copies? I don't know what to do, I'll give them to you before we get done, of what he did get.
Yeah, and I can look.
Okay.
If I can interrupt on the AEDs, it might be worth checking with Dale Martin too, since he bought the ones for the village.
Okay,
And he's tied in obviously with the EMS side, what is compatible with what we have within the EMS, both ourselves and also South and Burling's EMS, as
Mm.
well as the fire department.
okay. Okay, yeah, so you know that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's also.
And then,
That's a program of checking it.
Like Debbie said, with the training, is that something that Dale could train us on, or the fire department could train us on? Because I do know they tell you exactly what to do. When you press it start, it gives you step-by-step instructions how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've had the training on.
I believe that may be the case. We might be able to reach out to Rich.
Rich Neller?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might do it just as a favor. I mean,
We
he
could
works for
maybe-
you guys,
maybe
he
even
works
roll
with
it
us
in.
down there.
Maybe even roll it into CPR training on the 6th of May.
Right.
You know, just if we got them, let's like have a few people go and, you know, learn how to use them because
Yeah,
I do
no, I
know.
think it's important to know what you're doing.
Yeah, because it does tell you, you know.
Well,
steps to-
they're made for the fact of.
People
anybody
not
can
knowing
run
how
over
to do
there and grab it
CPR.
and use it as
Yeah,
a-
because you press the button, it starts telling you what to use.
It's got, it usually shows you exactly where you're putting the
Yeah,
patches.
yeah.
But then when you get into that children and infant or it becomes a little different.
Yeah, could be scary, yeah. Okay, so that we're gonna table and I'll put it on the agenda for, if you get stuff, we can put on next month, so. we'll get
Yeah,
it on.
I'll work on
Okay. Okay, all right, and then, as far as I want to table because we're working on the procurement anyway.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now we're at the training for Officer Purcell. So, and now is she gonna be leaving right from her house and going there, or how are we doing this? Because she's closer probably to Whitesboro than driving here and going back.
She is, and that's where we were talking about last year, something over 60 miles from the building, that we would make a music park, something of that nature. We never went any further with it, we just
Right.
discussed it, but, so some policies, and it's, again, this is up to whatever the board wants to do, I'm just telling you, that some policies, I live in Utica, I had to go to MVCC for training, and you can drive to the station, get a car, and then go to training, because you're on duty, and you need to have that vehicle. So again, that's something, it's, for here, we're not that level, I guess, maybe. So over 60 miles from here, then we would consider using a police car.
Because Whitesboro, she lives in Oriskany Falls, right?
Right, so it would be about the same, if not closer, to go here. Plus, she wouldn't have to come.
She wouldn't have to get up at the crack of dawn,
Right, yeah,
drive here
I mean,
and go,
yeah.
she could just go.
That is
That's-
my question.
See, I never thought about that before, and April's gonna bring that point to us right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're covered when they take the vehicle here, but I think when they're taking their own personal, we've dealt with this on this committee and we've dealt with it, I've dealt with it outside. When they're taking their own vehicle, it depends on where they stop. It's a whole
Sure.
big thing.
Correct.
Because once you stop somewhere with your own vehicle to get groceries or something on the way, then you're no longer covered.
Right.
But once you're in the vehicle, the state vehicle or whatever vehicle you're covered, you're
Right.
still within that. So my recommendation is that you take a vehicle. And we don't have to pay that mileage.
Right.
County work on the benefit and the liability.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, because the complication, of, say there was an accident or something, or especially if they were out doing something else, you know, along the way off, I'm here in town, so I'll go shopping for a few minutes, and then something happens, it's like,
So my only
liable for what?
only question would be, for her to come back here to get the vehicle and then take the vehicle. We're not paying overtime for that, are we?
No.
Because
no.
that would be the thing, it would be.
So
if
it
you're-
would be, start would be here, if that's the case, it would be from this point, you don't.
When
not
she'd
from-
get here, she would
Not
punch
driving from
in.
her house
Right.
to get it, right. she'd
Right,
have to
so
punch
we're
in.
not paying any overtime for these trainings, just
Oh, no.
regular time.
Regardless of any of them, no, I never would charge for overtime for any of these. That would
It's
be-
just always good to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, because like if she's, by the time she drives back here to get her car and go back,
or-
is it gonna
Yeah.
be
Right,
overtime?
yeah.
How does
Gosh,
that affect when other employees
I
go to
don't.
training? We have other employees in the town that are going to training. What is the liability like for that in their personal vehicles?
And we gotta have to call the insurance company, because I don't really know, because we don't
Yeah.
have company vehicles.
Right.
So all we have is highway has company vehicles and the police, that's the only vehicles the town owns. So that's really something, but,
But we know they're covered under the police vehicle.
you know, and I never even thought about that until you brought that to my attention the other day. Never even dawned on me. So how do you want to make the motion?
I guess we make a motion that they can attend the trainings, but they should be using,
All right, do one at a time, so we
Okay.
can go one at a time.
make the first motion for them both to attend trainings, or should they be different trainings?
Well, this is let's do Officer Pearl's. Let's
Okay.
do the first one first.
Okay, so a motion for Officer Pearl to attend the training on May 16th and 17th. And to, no, we'll do the second part.
Okay, and you want her to drive here and take the company
Right.
car?
Do we want to just make a motion for that and a separate motion that
Okay.
car is to be utilized?
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
if the problem is, hopefully there's no two trainings, there shouldn't be two trainings, and then we can't authorize two trainings, so
No,
that's how we're gonna.
And I
do
would
it.
never, I wouldn't do that. So there's trainings all the time. I get stuff all the time. I try to pick, because there's stuff that just wouldn't pertain to our area.
Right,
So I try to pick stuff up that either we need here or something that is trending that's coming down the pipe that we probably want to have. So I try to do it that way.
Okay, so the motion's on the table from April for Lisa to go to the May 16th and 17th. So this is a 2-day training. She comes down, picks up the car, goes, comes back down the next day and goes. It's 2-day training. It's not an overnight. It's all over you. Okay. All right, I need a second. John? All in favor for that? Aye. Oh, I forgot to say, was there any more discussion? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Now, April, your second motion on Lisa's training?
the second motion is that she be able to take the vehicle for the training.
Okay. Do we want to know what car?
It'll be 145.
145, there's, I said, let's let them when it's, more unmarked, so you don't have to.
Okay. So vehicle 145 to training for 2 days. And I need a second. Sarah, any discussion?
We might want to just say take a vehicle because
If that breaks down or
as long as
something.
it has a flat tire.
Okay, right, just take it.
Okay,
Don't make
okay.
it difficult.
That makes,
Yeah,
okay,
that makes perfect sense.
okay. Now I want to just discuss something, and I don't know if this is kosher or not. I don't even know if I want to say it. Let me just think of my wordage. Since we're so close to Utica, should we just let her drive home with the vehicle and drive back, or make her come back?
Well, here's my input on that. You want her to waste that extra gas going back, coming here, going back again with the car.
That's like, I don't know how far Whitesboro is from Oriskany Falls, but that's, I don't know how y'all want to handle it. Because just in case she did stop at the store with her car and stuff. I don't know. I like, you got me freaked out now with the liability.
I look at the wear and tear.
So what do
Yeah, it would
you,
be less
so
wear and tear.
I'm just putting that for the discussion before we say yay or nay. What is anybody, so you want her to come back and go back, or?
I'd rather she kept it. Low.
Yeah.
Liability is there.
That'd make more sense.
Absolutely.
Okay, so she returns home and then goes to the train and then brings it back the second day. Okay, so the motion is for her to take a vehicle to training for 2 days and return it on the last day. Okay. All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Okay, second training.
So are we doing both of these together?
Nope, do them separate
Okay, so we
because
have,
it's 2 different dates and 2 different trainings and.
so we have a motion for, training on the 2nd and the 3rd. And yeah, 2nd and 3rd of April.
So,
Also to be utilizing the vehicle.
so just so you know, I'll be leaving on the 1st in the afternoon, because I have to be there at 3rd in the morning. The train's the 2nd and the 3rd, but I would have to leave the day before for a travel day before. So I'm going to attend it in the morning, know that I leave at noon.
Do we have to pay your hours for traveling? So you're looking for 2.5 days of pay.
I don't even care about
Because we're not, you
I
gotta
don't
understand,
care
we're
about
not paying anything else, guys. We're
Right,
just
no, I
trying.
know, and it's all paid for, so,
So it's paid for, the hotel's paid for, we have to pay the travel time.
I don't care even about the travel time. to be quite honest. I don't
And-
wanna take extra money on you guys, but just the 2 days, but I just gotta travel the day before, so you know that I'm
So
leaving.
you're leaving in the afternoon.
But
Okay.
I don't know going back to what she said, where that leaves us if I gotta be on duty as I'm driving the car.
Right, so,
That's the
so
only-
we probably will have to pay. Okay. So it'll be
Because
a
it's gonna be
half a
a
day of
full-time
travel and 2 days.
And I have to be back. It's 3 days.
Well, you'll be coming back the 3rd,
Correct.
after the training.
Right.
Okay.
This is a full 8-hour day of training.
It doesn't, it says
8:30 to
4:30.
4:30. So,
so the motion is for him to leave April 1st and return on April 3rd, sometime that evening.
April 1st in the afternoon. And then return the 3rd. Okay, I need a second. And we're including this in one motion with the car, with a vehicle and number. Okay. Any more discussion? None seconds. All in favor? Aye. Okay,
Okay, so we have another motion for days on April 23rd through the 25th. That's for additional training. Of course, it's free to attend. Lodge is paid for. Again, also take the vehicle.
So again, it'll be on the 22nd. So the first starts in the morning, so.
So.
yeah, this one doesn't have times.
Is it on that little?
It doesn't have any times what time class starts.
That little thing.
No, I don't see the times.
Usually
It
starts
just says
around
April 24th through.
8 or 8:30 it starts usually, so from last year.
Did you say 24?
April 24th.
Okay, this says 23rd.
It says 24th through the 25th.
Well, maybe then I already put the 23rd on. Maybe
You did put the
Did.
23rd on there.
Okay, so then it's already, so the 23rd.
So you would be leaving on the 23rd
Correct,
and returning on the 25th.
yes.
All right, and with the car, I need a second for this training. And when is this? This is in April too?
At the end of the motion.
Okay, okay, Sarah seconds. And then, discussion. I just have, go ahead.
I just want to make sure that we're careful with the training dates of how many we have in 1 month.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'm like,
Just
can we
because
afford
we're,
it to be
taking people out
gone?
of the area
Sure.
that you're valuable, clearly, so we don't want to lose you too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we afford to have him gone for what is that? That's 2 weeks in April.
So it's
2
really
days,
spring.
4 days. It's 4 days, not weeks.
Well, I mean, you're here on a weekly basis, so you only work 20 hours.
Mhm.
You're using half the time up in those weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't make when they send these things
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Well, I think it's more valuable to send them in early spring than have them here.
During summer,
Right. Yeah, I agree.
when we have no book open and everything. Okay, so all in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, next is, I wrote on my notes with the full-time thing because I have some other things I want to talk about for the police, so I want to table that,
Yeah, I
the 8-hour thing. Because I have some other things that I want to talk to the board about.
Okay.
Because I think it would concern, all. If we do it for one employee, I
It's gonna
think
be
we have to
across.
do it.
Well, it should be across the board.
It should be for all. And I don't think it would be fair if we didn't do it that way. What's the next thing? That was it, right?
That's it, yeah,
Okay. All right, thank you.
thank you.
Have a good night. Okay, next. Karen, happy to have you in our presence tonight. You don't have to make a habit of it if you don't want. But we like it. We like to see you.
Strength.
Okay, so
I'm here for just.
Is that the
a couple
swimming
more
pool to make
things.
that robot noise?
This is the toolbox that Dave had gotten for his office. And he and I have discussed some security issues for the court
Okay.
when it's in session. Since this is the utility room,
Thank you, Boy
Sorry,
Scouts.
guys.
Thank you for the plaque. Sorry.
since this is a utility room, we don't want to make any permanent changes here, but when court is in session, we want to be able to have something to reduce the amount of space that people can get in. We've implemented a new policy to use our magnetometer wand. And so we want to reduce the area when people can come in. We want to have a place where you can put baskets and people can empty their pockets.
And it's
We're a
sad.
small court, so
It's
we
sad
don't
to
want,
say that we have to do that in
Right.
today's world, but I
Right.
think I agree with you.
in the bigger courts, they're a lot more restricted. They go through a magnetometer, they do empty their pockets. It's concerning that people do get very upset in court. So while we want to be practical and realistic, there are some things we can do in advance. So this is, I think, the same toolbox that Dave got for his building or his office, if you want to see it.
And look, this one looks like we got cupboards on the bottom. His has
It
drawers.
does, yeah.
So it's a little
Okay.
different,
So
but
I,
it's not, it's
Right.
heavy duty.
it's heavy duty, it has locking wheels, it has handles so we can store it. We talked to Deb, and that file cabinet would be removed to another area, so we would be able to put it, roll it over to the corner, and it would be out of the way from when this is a room that is not court.
Right.
But we can also lock it so the magnetometer is locked and the public doesn't have access to our supplies, which will be in there. And there's a handle on the back, and Dave brought up, it's heavy. I was looking for other furniture, the things I brought up, he thought, somebody's really upset, they're gonna be able to knock this over. This would last probably forever. Right now, it's $299.99 through Harbor Freight. I researched and did a lot. I couldn't really find anything near that. Any other place was twice the
That's
amount.
much. Oh, this one's from Harbor Freight, not Lowe's. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
Lowe's,
At their-
Home Depot, all those, the ones that were comparable, because this is pretty wide, so that we can reduce the doorway space. They're 600.
Wow.
Is there lockage in those wheels?
There is a lock on wheels.
Mad, they could really roll it around on
Yes,
it.
they can roll it. Yeah.
So.
I mean, if somebody's really determined, let's be honest, we're not gonna be able to stop them. But anything that we can practically do to reduce
Slow 'em down.
that or slow it down. You've authorized a security officer, so we have someone here and he's willing to use the wand. And having it locked up means the public won't get access to it.
Where were you gonna relocate that file again? What's the planning work too?
Yep, I spoke with Teresa and showed her, we have a larger filing cabinet off to the side of Joan's desk. And that's right where the planning board mailbox is now as well. And so we're gonna reduce that tall cabinet, which is half empty, and keep the short cabinet. Teresa said most of the stuff in that cabinet doesn't belong to the planning board anyway.
I
She
have
just
some
needs
for
a-
the grievance of assessment on the bottom
And I
cabinet.
think I took a drawer and a half, but my problem is that the drawer I have is practically full, and I will.
I can take my
I
stuff
will
out.
need another drawer eventually.
I can
Right,
take the
it's got the
assessment
four, the
drawer.
top drawer I think just has miscellaneous storage that doesn't even make
I
sense in
haven't
there.
really looked at it.
So we can take that out as well.
These are the things that Sarah made for. So they'll be on that cart, so we can just have little bins. So they can empty their pockets out, or we let them know to.
I think it's great. Now, is this something that we go and purchase at Harbor Freight? We gotta pick up?
Dave and I have talked about it. He would be willing to pick it up. My son is willing to pick it up. So they had one in Olean when I looked. So as long as we make arrangements to pay for it, we have ways to get it here.
Okay. And we can call with a credit card payment and,
I would assume so. I haven't talked to them specifically
okay.
because I wasn't sure. I was still doing research as to whether there was something else
Out there.
that would
Okay.
work. Because this is really utilitarian and I really would have liked to have gone with something a little nicer looking for the utility
A little
room.
prettier.
But I couldn't find anything in that price range. The one that I liked didn't have locking wheels and didn't have locking, secure storage. And it was lighter. We would have had to put it together.
Okay.
So.
We can always put pretty cricket paper in.
We can make it pretty for you.
Well, and if it's black,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
they're gonna see the back or the front. And
okay.
who's who? I just like the looks better
Okay.
of the others, but
I checked your budget. You have money to buy it, so I just need the board to make a motion to approve that, Karen orders it. So,
Second.
okay, John motion, is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. And, I was gonna say, I don't know how early they open, because I have my credit card. And I just hope they will take our tax exempt number. Like, I gotta go to Oneana to the chiropractor. If they're open early enough, I could go pay for it. If it fit in my minivan, I could try to bring it back.
it's 46 inches wide.
So it probably would fit in the back of my minivan.
Yeah, that would fit in your car.
Yeah,
It's weight. Yeah, I'm more concerned with the weight.
okay.
So you
Well,
might just need some help unloading it because they should be able to.
right, and I can call Brandon or somebody. But
My son said he could help.
but if we
Me
can
and
do
my
it over, I
grandson
mean, we
could
might
do it, but
have
I
the
was
best.
like, I could take my trailer and just wheel it
Over.
on the
Yeah.
and up. But
But,
Yeah.
I can't remember what time my chiropractor is. It might be 8 and they may not be open.
I think they open.
Do they?
I have no idea.
They open like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I just need a little bit of time to communicate with them on our tax exempt certificate.
Right,
And get the right
so-
person.
Or call and we can put it on the credit card and pay it, and then you send somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're all set there. That's,
Okay, so
I like that.
then you'll call and then let me know.
Yep.
Okay. The second thing I wanted to bring up, and it's something that you've already been brought up once, I want my limit of spending to be raised to at least
has to be.
150.
It has to be, we
Our
know.
toner, we ordered the cheaper toner thinking, oh, good, going from another place is better because
Cheaper?
it's $80 for toner
Oh,
for my copier with this one. And then we got the instructions that said, now you know that you have to take this disc out of the toner you currently have
to use that.
with
time.
tweezers to use the new one.
Can you
That's how
send
we
it?
got it under $100.
Again,
so-
Can you send it back?
It's an Amazon, which is gonna
Probably
be
not,
more
but-
difficult than.
But if I had gone to, and I can show you the thing, because I thought, oh, that doesn't look so bad. It's this big.
It's, yeah, smaller than a
And
postage.
you're supposed to use
But it's easier to
tweezers,
get 'em
and
out.
I am a klutz. I'm gonna break it.
Yeah,
And then you wasted $80.
right.
And it's 111 for toner. Now, we don't use a bazillion of toner,
Toner, but we do.
but when I need it, I need it.
There's 8 steps just to take them out.
Okay, so it's not worth saving the $20.
No.
And
Right.
and we didn't even know, because Deb and I looked and she's like, oh, here's one that's a.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, she got the email that said, oh, by the way, what you've got, this is what you have to do to make it work.
Can we get a,
This is so.
can you print
sad.
that thing, we can send that back to Amazon? Because again, in Oneana, I go there once a week for chiro. I go right to the UPS store, we don't even have to
Well, then
package it.
there's one in Norwich. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
I was
don't
just
even have to
gonna
package
say
it. I just give it to them with the Amazon thing, they package it and ship it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And I could drop it off and then you could order the other one. If
Do
you
you
think we
guys
could.
know what this is doing? What they're making you do with this? This is like fraud to me.
Yeah.
Because you're taking
Their chip out.
out of the old cartridge, it tells it, the printer, how much ink is in the cartridge, and putting it in the new one. And you're gonna perpetually have you're low on ink error,
Yeah.
and it's a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for trying to save the taxpayers' dollars, Karen, but
Yeah.
sometimes,
Thank you for your efforts.
yeah,
That was the
I
only,
was like, well, here you go.
it was the only way that you keep it under 100.
yeah, and we can't spend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion right now that you order it, because it'll probably be over 100, even though we don't have the
It's
procurement.
111, 117.
It's probably gone up $1
Okay.
since we've.
So I'm gonna make a motion that Debbie orders you whatever, up to 150. You know,
Okay.
don't go over 150. And order it so you get it, and then if you can pack that up.
It's already packed up.
Okay, and we can get it, I can drop it off, or there's a place in Norwich you can drop off
Yeah.
at Hummus. Okay.
Plus.
I think that's the point. We're not speaking for any other department. I know she was speaking for hers and in mine. It's
We
when
have to
we're
change it.
ordering all of this stuff from the front office, or she needs for me to order, the two of us don't have a commissioner. So we have no one to go to get an approval
Yeah.
up to 1,000.
Yeah, you'll have to
We
call
have
me
to-
and I'll say, order it.
Now, and so here's. the
Because
other
I think
thing.
I have permission for 1,000, right?
We
As
were
the
told that
supervisor?
because we didn't have a commissioner, we have to come to the full board.
I don't want it, but I mean, you gave me a credit card that says 1,000, I can go charge 1,000 on that.
When
So-
you said that us not having a commissioner, we need full board approval in order to purchase over 100.
Well, that's why I'm asking the board, do you want to make a motion that they can come to me, since they don't have a commissioner, to do that? Or, because it's gonna take us a couple days to get the securement policy. Yeah. So come to the supervisor, or listen, if I'm not available, because I was on vacation, go to the deputy.
Okay.
Okay, so we're making a motion for right now to order, John made a motion, I need someone to second to order the toner, April 2nd. Okay.
Now,
Now,
John already made the motion and seconded for the toner.
oh, I didn't finish writing, okay, sorry. Now I'm making a motion for the deputy clerk, the clerk, town clerk, the justice, come to me or Roy until we get the new procurement policy that you have more money to spend,
Okay.
so that you don't have to hold up the office.
I'll second.
Okay. Sarah second. All in favor?
Who made that motion? You?
Yep, I did. Did I say all in favor on the toner? Because I don't remember.
No.
All in favor for the toner?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
You're all set. Thank you.
On the report that I submit, I
Yes.
put the dates that I had court, because that is the way the previous justice submitted the report. Is that what you want, the way, the format that it was submitted this month? Is that the way you want it to continue to be submitted?
Is that the way you want to submit it?
I'm not sure if you want to know how, what days I'm in court or,
I would like to know what days we
Okay.
have work, because I don't have a clue usually.
okay.
Okay. All right, great. Karen,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you all for your input on that. Okay, next, South New Berlin Water, Matt.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Do we have the water thing? Did you print that out or no?
No, well, he resent one, so that it could be signed and then scanned over.
Oh, you know that thing with the gallons? He usually submits that every month. Ian does.
Oh, you mean the
No,
monthly
this is the
report
first
to-
month. Ian's been doing it right up until this month.
You know how,
You're
like,
talking about the report to the.
like you have, how many gardens, how many gallons with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chlorine?
Oh, you want me to bring one in?
You send it, like, we usually get that every month, so we know where you're at.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
sorry.
a water plant.
Okay, yeah. So next month, if you could submit one of those.
Sure, I
I'm
can
sorry,
do that.
that was not
I
relayed to
had
you.
last month, so I can bring it,
Okay, that would be great.
and the month before January.
That would be great.
Okay. What would you like to know?
I got a question, because I think I showed you that thing we had to fill out, and I know I talked to you about it, but then you didn't know I went on vacation. Remember all those things we have to question for the USDA or
Right.
water?
I spoke to the guy today, he called me,
Okay,
and so all I had to do was take pictures. but he asked me questions.
Cause I was gonna get with you and I printed it out and I didn't know if I gave it to you, Roy, it must be still in the office. But I will get with you and give you a copy so we can,
He sent, a thing to the town's email for Deb's, so that, all I have to do is take pictures and send it to his, submit it to his.
this might be
email, but
some,
he's-
this might be.
He's already written everything down that
Did it ask if we had a generator? Did it ask?
yes,
Okay, so it's all that question there. Okay, because I
It's
printed it
also
to
a
give to you.
certificate of insurance and the AUD. He's the one who needs the AUD.
Oh, okay, because I printed it out for us to fill, because I tried to fill some of it out online and I couldn't get it to work in PDF. So I printed it so we could fill it out and send it. So, but you think you got all the questions? I'll
Yeah,
print one out just in
the only,
case.
the only one of those pictures. So
Okay,
they wanted pictures of the wells, the well house, tower,
perfect.
black and all that, so I would do it on my phone, but how does that work? I'm not very tech savvy. Would that be able to be downloaded to the?
Yes, you can, if you take them on your phone, you can email them to me or Debbie,
Okay,
but, or you can call me and I can meet you and I can
Okay.
do it on my phone and.
yeah,
you can
whatever,
email.
trip.
Okay, okay. When do you want to do that? When are you doing another backwash?
Well, that's my next question.
Okay.
I found on the last backwash, when I pulled down there, I could smell an odor of chlorine when I pulled down there. And I discussed it with Ian before about when we do a backwash, it goes to a holding tank. And then it gets dosed out to a tank out by the road and it goes through a bunch of sand.
Filtrations.
Yeah, filters out. But I can almost remember, that there should be some dechlorination tablets that are supposed to be in it because you can't solely depend on the sand to filter all that chlorine out, right? Or it'll absorb it all and then you have to dig it all out, that would just be very costly. So I read on one of the papers down there that there is supposed to be, what's called, bisulfite tablets, and it's just a dechlorinate.
That's something you do something down yourself, me.
Yes, yeah, you pull the tank lid off, yeah. and
Put a
it has-
tablet.
Yeah, it has like a sleeve, and you just put the tablets in it, and they send them once a month, about,
Okay.
or so.
Did you order them?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
They're like $176 for a 45-pound
Yeah.
thing, and it was in USA Blue Book. I spoke to Dave, one of the Slack Chemical representatives, and he said they no longer carry it, but I can get it through USA Blue Book. But the freight is like 300 and, because it's a.
Any place closer that we can get it? What about our chemical chlorine company? Do they carry?
That's the one I spoke with.
They don't
We
carry.
exhausted everything.
Yeah.
So we,
So if
so
I
the
got
freight,
two-
how much? As much as
Like,
the,
yeah, I
Almost
had
twice
it
the price.
sent also to the town email, from.
It's in the mailbox in there right now.
Okay,
Yeah, they sent it.
so if I got
did you
two,
call Tim to see if there's any other places?
I haven't called them, but this is something I'm not gonna backwash until I get these tablets, because all that water is doing is, the chlorine is going out,
Right.
which will test positive on our.
Well, we gotta get them because we don't want brown water again. We haven't had any problems with brown water lately that I know of because
Right,
of the backwash.
but
We don't
also
want
our.
water, we don't want problems with PVC.
Right. that's
Exactly.
the biggest one.
Order
That's the
'em.
biggest one.
I'm gonna make a motion to order them.
Because that's,
Leave that done yet.
Okay.
I figured it'd be cheaper to order two.
correct. I think it'd be cheaper to order two freight if you're.
Oh, if we're paying all that for freight.
$176 and then 300 for freight or whatever, if you make it two, I don't know how long they'd last, but she said it's a 3-year shelf life, so I don't.
So the freight's the same, whether it's 42?
I would believe so. I'm not 100% positive, but I would believe
Do you want
so.
to see what their quote says?
She did send that, I
Yeah, see
think,
if
for
it, see if it has.
Two.
two, I believe.
Oh, that's.
And then, but that's part of, it's
I'll
just
eat
like
those words.
the packets that we need to test
Yeah.
the chlorine every day.
Yeah.
I agree with the upping the cost for spending, but I feel that this is something that's necessary, like fuel for the trucks, for the
Exactly.
town plow. I don't think that should have to be approval for chemicals or
Because
something
you-
like that. But at the same time, it is costly, so. I
Well,
just-
yours probably will be, when we do that, yours probably might be a little bit more, because you and Brandon have different trucks and.
I think what we gotta do is get established on what chemicals we need And then we'll, as time goes on, we'll get a handle on how
much we
chemicals
use.
need. And then it pretty much becomes a budget figure.
Figure,
Yes.
right.
And you order
Because
whatever.
like, you know that notebook I gave you, jot this down?
Yep.
Write the date and everything in that notebook to see how long, and like how many you ordered, let's see how long it'll last us.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I've done.
I know you're real good at that.
The chlorine is good.
Okay,
So for this, it says it's 356 or 353.90 for two, and the freight's only 121, right? So that's good. So that's what it is, must be, she misquoted.
okay, that's all right. I like that better.
But that's part of what's needed.
And that's for two buckets, two
Two
things,
45.
two, yeah,
You get it anyway.
freight 120, 130, okay. All right, so let me ask you, before we do this motion, is there anything else we can order from this company and get it all in one shot? Like any of these parts that we gotta order for the hydrant, this is totally
No.
separate, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so I'm gonna make a motion, or does somebody, I'm gonna ask someone to make a motion. Oh, Roy, you wanna make the motion? To order the pellets that you need, at a cost of $475.20 for two of them with shipping. And I'm assuming we use this company for business, so it's tax
Yeah,
exempt,
it's
okay,
like, there's another book,
Okay.
Pollard Water,
Okay.
it's for water operators or specific to.
all right, I need a second, Sarah. And I need any other discussion, anybody, anything? All in favor? Aye. Okay, so that is approved. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
Okay, next.
I was recently put on the Dig Safe, guy to call to mark out stuff, and it's like 3-4 times a day when I wake up in the morning, I'm getting stuff. But they go all the way from like Cope's Corners to Route 18, and
Okay,
so, but I do have to check, and then I have to go on and submit it. So there's been quite a few dig request things out there, so that has been taking up a lot of time.
okay,
I have
is
had
that
both of them.
for, like, I'm confused now, is that for water or is this highways?
Any underground utility,
So
so
dig up any pipes.
even if you're gonna go and.
So who's digging these? Are you digging these up or?
No.
They'll be home residents and
Yeah.
contractors.
Yeah.
Oh, and
We have to
you're
locate
the,
them.
you're the, you're the,
Right.
you are the person that has to
For the
do it.
water utility, yeah.
Okay, okay,
So we don't have a tracing machine, which I go by either the maps that we have or witching rods or witching it, which. It's kind of witch.
okay, wait a minute.
So,
Before you finish, I swear to God, don't we have something that we bought with, you know what I'm talking
I
about,
do, but I
Debbie?
don't know what that is. It's a very large flat box. It was upstairs for a while. They came and looked at it a few times. The village borrowed it from us once.
That is like a tracing,
Probably they
is
got
that,
something that
no, I
came with
borrow
that.
their tracer. I borrow the village's tracer.
Was it a leak detection? But even that doesn't make sense. 'cause
We'll
we
have to
use
go
bigger
upstairs
companies
one
for
day.
that.
There was something that they said, oh, you better get this and we're gonna throw it in with your bond package
Maybe
and
that's what, I don't know.
Probably not even good anymore.
I'm
it's
sure
not.
the heads
I'm
are,
sure it's not.
Has no software.
the heads are,
But
so,
the
Which
village,
is probably more accurate.
yeah,
and
the-
that's Jared, I borrowed their tracer.
okay,
It's never been a problem. They borrow
Okay.
stuff of ours when they can, and we don't. So
Okay.
it's been working fine, but
okay.
just as, like every day, like I
You
said,
have to do those.
Yeah, you have to submit it. and we take it.
And then
If
is
we don't,
that,
then they bill us.
and then is that something that you call or you have to do on,
I've been doing that on my phone.
oh, okay,
They send it to my email, and then I'll get on and look and see where the site is. It'll tell you it's between such and such road
Okay,
and so
okay.
on.
okay. Okay, thank you for being the liaison for that. Well, that's something I don't have to do.
There was, also I heard I borrowed the village's aquaphones, which that's where you go around and listen
For the
to leaks of
leaks.
vibration, yeah. And we had some noise on some fire hydrants. So there was 2 hydrants leaking, which also New York Rural Water came in and verified that as well.
Okay,
So I would have to order parts for those. They're Mueller specific, because that's what we have in their system.
Mm-hmm.
So
And what company is that from?
Well,
Miller?
Ferguson, I know carries Mueller hydrant
Okay.
parts. That's their, like industrial stuff like that, but I don't know of any. I asked Aaron in the village who he gets his parts from, because they have Mueller as well, and he says that's the only one he knows of.
Okay, so you're gonna order it from Ferguson. Now, is that something like, because Roy's gonna laugh at me because I don't know. Like, the fire hydrant has guts and you buy like a set of guts that you can fix another fire
You
hydrant
buy,
with?
you buy the guts on the inside. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
is
the
that
hydrant-
what you're purchasing? Two
That's
like sets of
The
guts?
whole guts, yep.
Okay, is that the right word for it? I don't really know what
Well,
you call it.
Inner
Yeah,
workings,
sure.
So,
the internal components.
okay,
And then there again, I would have to have, it's a two-man job, so, I know the village does have a Mueller fire hydrant wrench that slides down inside the,
thanks, Pete.
yeah, thanks, Pete. And you can unscrew your hydrant and get everything out, and but it's a two-person job to do, so. I offered, they haven't torn a hydrant apart before, none of the village guys have, so I offered one of them
So you
to
can
do it,
all
so they can
train and
somebody
learn
can
how to
learn,
do
and
it at
plus I would
once.
get the help.
Okay,
They've done it in class, but not out.
not in a real
Yeah,
situation. Okay. Do you have any estimate what they're gonna cost?
I did get an estimate a while back for, I believe it was a clamp from that company and a few other things, and there was hydrant parts on that. I would have to look in my books to bring it.
Okay,
But I can next board meeting.
well, I don't know if we wanna wait for a leak that long.
I'll spend. How long? Yes. It's Saturday, the water didn't run at all. The pump didn't turn on Saturday, so.
So it's not
you
leaking
can't
too
do that
bad?
either.
It's a drip.
Okay, well then I'm gonna word it like this. You do have Roy, and he can spend up to 1,000. So I'm gonna say, you contact Roy,
Mhm.
you give him the okay. How's that?
Sounds good.
But let's get
Yeah.
the parts.
That'd be fine. I'll show him the.
Okay.
pictures.
Okay. Okay, anything else? Yep.
The tower, so the tank up there, this will be the next.
Yes,
one.
that's on our new business.
Yeah.
We have to get the tank inspected and I did a little asking, because as you know, my husband deals with this.
Mhm.
And he said, sign it and get it, because that's a good price. So I'm like,
You
okay,
mean the divers?
the divers.
Yeah, that's
He said that was a good price, but he did recommend, and I don't know, because I saw it on here and this is only from my husband's recommendation, to get the video, the DVD, and that's $390 extra.
You wanna see the rest of it? That's just the page I gave you. This is the packet as to exactly what we do.
So he did say, make sure you get the video so you have proof of what they did. So,
I did it with a village, the HOV, a little diving machine.
Yeah.
that went in.
because it says real-time video with DVD is gonna cost us $390.
Yeah, they took pictures of it.
Yeah, so, and my husband did recommend we get that, so what do you guys think? Or do we just get pictures? You think that's gonna be enough, the pictures?
Well, usually if there's anything, they show you what they did, the good stuff, and if there's something bad, they usually give you pictures of that too.
So that should be enough, right? That comes with it, the pictures come
Yeah, I
with
would
it.
think so.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You get a report.
We
Okay.
suck out the sediment, if any, at the bottom as well, which I never saw done with the HOV or ROV. whatever.
And then they did say, the filter bags and capturing of sediment is $275 a bag. That'll be addition depending on how many bags we use.
I would say so.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, that's, it says the following add-ons of service can be provided for the additional price listed below. So if they're sucking out the sediment, where does it go is my question.
Catching it in the bag, it's kind of like a.
So-
vacuum cleaner.
So do we have to pay for more bags or it's gonna be whatever it
No, you
takes?
have to, it's so much
You
bag.
do it, they go. You get it.
So we don't know that cost of that till it's done. Okay,
No.
They're
okay,
starting us at 2.
okay.
I'll just do it tomorrow.
And,
I
okay.
asked.
So this will be on new business, Matt. We'll pass that to new business. Okay?
That would just have to be scanned over and signed.
Yeah, we'll sign it.
Myself.
It'll-
They're planning this week from today.
Let's see.
Next Monday?
If they approve it today, I can, because I've got the email, I can send it first thing in the morning.
That's when they're gonna
Perfect.
be, that's why you give them the price.
Perfect. Okay.
Unknown.
So if anybody's interested,
Coming
coming
down.
down.
So that would be Monday,
I would,
the,
but,
I'm certified.
yeah,
Is-
that'd be fair.
Monday, that would be what date?
16,
18.
18.
18th. Okay, Monday, the 18th for the dive. So if anybody wants, do you know what time that's gonna happen?
No, he said once he gets this information. he'll
Okay.
contact me.
Okay.
Everything set up.
Okay, Matt, thank you. Again, you guys are doing a great
Thank
job
you.
down there.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
I think we got a ways to go, but I think we've come a long way. I think we really have.
Oh, another thing,
You could try it.
cleaning out the
I think
valves,
it's-
valve boxes to shut the valve down for each water main that
Okay,
is something I'd like.
Yeah.
So we can shoot for that.
okay,
Yeah.
can we do that when we change the heads? Oh, you're talking on the fire hydrants.
Yeah, that's completely different. No,
I mean,
I'm
the
talking
parts
about
alone.
the
That's
valves that shut down the fire
Right,
hydrant,
tires.
shut down the main.
Oh, where we shut down when you do the backwash and stuff.
Well, when you
Or-
have just the main out the system,
Right.
they each have a valve to shut down certain parts of the
You want to
system.
grease them and clean them.
Yeah, I have to get the caps off, and then they probably need to be cleaned because they have dirt and stuff from
Yeah.
this time, and you can't get a wrench on it, and shut it down. So they would need to be backed out and blown out, and then put a plug, they call it, basically in it, so nothing else gets into it. So that if you do have a main break, you can easily come over, take it off, put it on.
Shut it off.
And you would need to exercise them as well regularly, like basically the same time we do, flushing in the fire hydrant.
When are
Which
you
will be
gonna?
done in
s-
spring and
Okay.
fall, I'm thinking maybe April.
April, okay. So you want to do that clean, so I'm asking, you need to order parts for this,
No, not for that. Well, that, it
for the,
depends.
for the things.
That's what you find.
Yeah,
If you
it's,
pull them out and there's.
some of the
you gotta
lids,
replace those.
some of the lids you might not be able to get off, you have to break them. That's the only way to get it, then they fall inside on top of the valve and then.
All right, let me ask you
somehow
this, do we have any of that stuff? So we need to do it before you do it, order a few.
Yeah, we could do that.
Again, I would do that before I would crack one open.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that. next
So
time.
get us some prices on that, and like I said, if anything is, like Keith can authorize 1,000. If it's over 1,000, we'll have to bring it to the board, over 1,000, okay?
Cool.
But yeah, we gotta get going on. And I do, just an update, because Roy asked me. He went and did the retests for the generator. So he's gonna check with the new heating system, if we decide to buy the new heating system, to get the specs on that. Because we might have to go a size bigger. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully he'll have that done before the next board meeting, so we can move on that. But if it's a size bigger, I think we might want to put those specs out to bid and see if we get any. You didn't get any for the, you got 2 for the roof. We'll see. And then go forward. But I still think we can use it under the emergency and safety, health for the public. So, as per the comptroller. Okay?
Okay.
But I'm wondering, we might want to just to see, because it's gonna be more than what we anticipated. I don't know the price yet. So, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you all.
All right, the assessor put her
Good night,
report
guys.
in.
Thank you, good night.
Any questions on that? No, everybody's good with the assessor? Okay, the town clerk's report. We got a few things because of this stupid procurement policy, we got a motion. And Debbie has a thing for training. So let's go. The tax collection's just got 80% complete. I'm sure you all read it. The Lowe's has been updated. I did have a copy. I forgot to bring it of all the names. It's in the desk drawer if y'all want to see all the names. It's kind of frightening. We were laughing at it. But that's all been updated. So all the board members should be on it, correct?
They should be. I might still have one to put on because I had to wait 24 to 48 hours for a refresh. And
Okay,
I just didn't get to it today with
Okay.
prepping for the board. So tomorrow I'm gonna refresh and look and make sure I
Make sure
got all
that-
the old
okay.
off.
and you did tell them to take all those other ones off. Okay. All right, Debbie assisted in the fraud situation with the USDA serial bond check. That was, David's still investigating it, that we don't know if it got stolen from, well, he did find out it never made it to the USDA. So it got stolen.
Well, it never made it to the
The
final location in the
destination.
building, but it definitely ended up in Syracuse,
Yes.
so. And then from there, it was intercepted somewhere between United States Postal Service and the building itself.
So thank God, because that was a $13,000 check. So, and these criminals are good. They scanned our check, we printed it on a new check, new name, new address, and tried to cash it, and thank God. it
Well, I should have the
But they
account
kept Roy's
holders
signature.
soon.
Yeah, they kept Roy's
And
signature,
my
yeah.
signature.
They
Got
kept
his,
his signature
and
on
our
there.
account number, and from the town of New Berlin up on the thing, they just wrote it out to somebody new, and that person's address, they went to deposit, thank God M&T does business with us, they canceled it. That was in Oceanside, Long Island, then it went to I say Bronx, but it was Brooklyn,
Brooklyn,
went to Brooklyn, they tried to cash it again. And that was written out to a different person, that
I have-
bank.
They altered the check a little bit too. They made it a little
Yeah.
fancy
Just
around
go
the
get a
edges
job
and
and
they
work
said
40
no.
hours.
It wasn't our check.
This is the
Yeah,
one.
they said, no,
Yeah.
the paper didn't feel right, and so
So thank
they
God,
canceled altogether.
we're all set. And we got the discussion with the bank. We've met with the bank, me and Joan, on some actions we can take. So that's getting taken care of. And we sent the payment electronically, which maybe, because those are big checks, maybe we should do them always, send them electronically. Okay, next, she's got motion to approve training for April for the town clerk and the deputy, right? That's not both, it's
Yep.
not one or the other. You
Yeah.
want both to go at $488 each. I don't know what it's for, and I know you guys are gonna ask, but Debbie has something for you all.
April, that one's for the Town Clerk Association. It's an annual conference. I didn't think to make copies of all of this in here. Some of the stuff that they do on here, one of these I was just reading, it was actually pretty interesting. Cyber threat, New York State retirement, clerk minutes, Division of Cemeteries, hybrid meetings and live streaming, clerk basics, a lot of stuff changes. They are doing sexual harassment, de-escalation, archives, resolution, motions, local laws, required reporting. And then the second one also has active shooter training, additional topics are available, working with assessors.
Where are these though?
This one is in Albany, the New York State, April 22nd to the 24th is in Albany at the Crown Plaza. And the tax collecting, the June is in Lake George.
Okay. When's our next board meeting? The 8th. Okay. 22nd to the,
No,
so,
no, it's before
It's
that.
gotta be
oh,
before
yeah,
that.
because you're not gonna be
Before
here,
that.
Roy. It's, the April meeting's gonna be the 8th of April. Okay. So is there hotel stays? Is you driving back and forth? Because I don't know anything and you didn't write anything. So what's the totals?
Well, I put how much it was each, and that was to stay, not drive back and forth, the 2 hours to be back again the next morning at 8 a.m. We'd have to leave at
This
6
is for the,
days.
this 488 is not for the conference, it's for
For
the,
everything.
oh, it's for the hotel
It's for
and
the hotel, it's for the
everything.
registration fee, it's for everything.
Okay, because I haven't looked at it, so.
Yep, obviously there'll be mileage on that, but now you guys have me concerned, what kind of coverage do I have since I am employed at the time? I'm driving
I never
Albany.
heard that until
Yeah,
you brought that to my attention.
There is no vehicle for you to take, so it has to be covered under your insurance, but there isn't an alternative where the police have a vehicle for their trainings, or like if I
I've worked for the state, I have a state vehicle, so I could drive that. but you
Brandon
don't.
has a state.
And Brandon
or
has,
has a company.
you know, a company thing. You
Yeah,
don't
see,
have one.
our
So-
water, one of our water guys do, our other water has always taken his personal, so.
I think if there isn't a vehicle, they have to cover, we would have to cover your vehicle in
Right.
case of an emergency.
But you're saying since we have them,
Since you have them, you utilize them. The same way with me with the state. I can't take my vehicle. I have to utilize them. The only time I can take my vehicle, which I have before, is when we don't have any more available, which I've taken before.
Right.
And then I'm covered.
So the tax receivers, it does have a little bit that it can wait. The tax receivers is, the deadline is May 10th.
okay, so that one we can wait. Now so we're gonna be closing the office for,
I'm not, oh, did I say the 21st to the 24th?
22nd.
Yeah, because I wouldn't need to go on the 21st. That's for new, that's for registration. That's another thing that they're doing. So I wouldn't need to go up that day. That's on a
Good day.
Sunday. They do a notary class, welcome to new clerks. I'm not any of that.
and Connie wants to go too?
I mentioned it to her and
Is she still here?
She's right here.
Yes.
She's right
She's
here.
not here, it's not like she's not here.
I was gonna say, is Connie here?
Yep.
Connie, did you look at any of these classes that you wanted to take? That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, can somebody take one class and somebody take another class and then you can share the information? So.
well, we can definitely do that. And the other thing was, and I stated to you
Can
today,
I see that?
that-
I haven't seen that.
tonight I'm looking for approval. And then to be honest, I mean, we all have a life. I've got to figure out that I can fit this in. So you may approve it, but it might turn out that Connie can't fit it in, or Connie can and I can't. So we would just have to update you when that time comes. But in order to at least start the registration process.
So if you both go, the town will be closed for those 2 days.
Yep.
How about the one in June? That's a 4-day one, right? That's for just you?
Is that one also gonna end up as a 4-day? I have to look a little further in. That first day might be the same scenario, and then coming back on the 12th, it usually ends like around noon. They don't take them for the
That's
full
just for
8-hour
one
day.
or 2 people.
That was on there for 2 as well. I put each as the price on there. That's
Yeah, you
for
said each,
tax
yeah,
receivers.
Yeah.
We've done the tax one before, many, many years ago, and it was really interesting to have both of us there because some things that I thought I understood one way, she understood another, and then we were able to collaborate because there's a lot of information. I mean, the inner workings of the front office is complex. So it's just a matter of her needing to know how to run it when I'm not there and me just needing to know all of the updates on policies, procedures.
You got money in your budget for that, right?
I didn't even check that yet.
I should have, and I figured worst case scenario, reserve or contingency, because
What
nobody,
was the,
nobody budgeted me for training. I haven't done training. I've been doing free training every year for the last, I mean, I did a $40 training last year. Other than that, it's been years since I've done any kind of training. All the ones that I do, I find all the free ones and I sit at my desk for 2 hours and do it.
all right, the training actually is $125 per person. 125. The hotel, there's a 3-night package, a 2-night package. What did you base it on, the 2-night package? or
2, I don't need the 3. We're
So
not going,
the
I'm not going out on
hotel
Sunday.
is, if it's double, it's $351. If it's single, it's $488, just for the hotel. And that's.
So that's where that comes, because if only one of us are going, I'm not staying in trouble for training. So
Exactly,
obviously it's single.
exactly. So, that's $488 just for that. For the cost of the class is $125 per person. Okay, so then the hotel is $488. Then they have these extra meals. I don't know what that is. Is that so you get there early or you gotta pay for these meals? They're not providing any meals.
It might be like a commuter package or.
It is a
Other
commuter.
special, yeah, that's if we're driving back and forth and we want to eat.
Okay, but do they give you the food or do we have to pay for this separate commuters? And anyone
A,
wishing
they
to
give you the
purchase?
food, and B, if they didn't, we don't ask for food because I'd have to eat anyway. So I
Okay.
either have to buy groceries or,
Well, it
feed myself,
says,
so-
it's an additional meals are not included in the hotel package. So the breakfast and lunch each person is 33 and 43. They're not feeding you, you gotta pay separate for the meals. So, which is bizarre, I can't believe they didn't include that. Yeah,
I think they did. I think you're still reading the commuter package.
oh, okay, well, let me see, because it says not.
Because it says includes X number of breakfast, lunch, and.
Oh, okay, it says Sunday dinner, but you don't think you're going up Sunday night. Monday, Tuesday, breakfast and lunch, that is included, no dinner, that's how the last one was, okay. Okay, so, so that's, if both goes, it's 250. And then, would you guys share a room or you want two separate rooms?
We share.
So,
I asked Connie, she said we can't share a bed.
okay, so that would be 351 per person. So that would be,
Keep
what
it
is
light.
that? 351, 211. That's,
The price was there per person, it would just be times two. I put it in
right,
my-
it's 351. 6, 7, so that would be 702,
Plus
Yep.
250, so
Plus the
952
250.
for both.
Nine-
Both days.
52 plus mileage. And, I didn't even look, I looked in Karen's budget. Did you look at your budget, Deb? To see if you had enough money in there?
It's in there now. But my line doesn't get hit with just my stuff. My line
It
is.
gets hit with a lot.
Yeah, with a lot of excess stuff throughout the budget.
Yeah, so the town contractual is, you got money 239.8 and you're still, or is that what we spent? No, that's what you got, because it was 7,000, I think, right? I'm not looking at it because it's so small and I can't read because I'm on my
I
glasses.
would like in the future, I mean, if we're all gonna do trainings, it would be really good to kind of have
Put a
budget
training
for
line
it.
in, that's what I
Yeah.
wrote that in after I went to the train, I said, we need to budget for training
But
next
as
year.
you're voting, realize it's been, I think, since 2017, since the clerk's office has X to pay for a training, other than I think I had a $100 and a $40. That's what I've done as far as training in the last 6 years or more.
Yeah, you got 4,000. There's money in the budget, so that's not worried. So, I mean, do you want to put, wait, let's do them separate. We did them both separate before. So when will you know exactly, when you're gonna go or when you're gonna know for sure? Yeah, who's gonna
They know
go?
they're
And
gonna
then when are you guys gonna look at your schedules and figure out?
I mean, we'll have to figure that out pretty soon because this one's April 21st to the 24th.
Right. I mean, we have a meeting on the 8th, but I'd rather you get your room booked just in case they get booked up if you're gonna go, so like in the next week. So somebody needs to make a motion to send, but you gotta understand the office is gonna be closed. Do you wanna vote to send, or do you wanna vote to send one and the other person come back and train?
Sometimes you gotta.
Train it.
Get it over with. So send,
They might better train together, that way they both interpret it.
and they might be able to
Yeah,
split and go to different classes and then you can, that's how, like, sometimes they break you up. I don't know if that one's definitely like that.
But he's right, yeah.
Okay,
If you do get somebody coming back to give information, it may not be how it was.
right,
Everybody interprets things a little
Different.
different.
So I'll make the motion.
2 people,
Do it, do them together.
okay. 2 people, I need a second,
Oh, sorry.
okay. Who am I writing down?
Sarah.
Sarah, okay. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, next one. Do you want me to wait and table that for next meeting, or you want me to pass it now? I didn't see the paperwork on that. Is that, because this is different. This one's gonna be 902. So if you both go, it'll be less if you don't both go. So this one is, $100 for registration. And
That'd be the week of the morning.
what hotel are they giving you here? Oh, it's the week of the board meeting?
June 9th through 10th, just about.
Oh, but you're only going to this, right? Are you asking for 2?
She's asking for both.
Okay, that's the week of the board meeting, John.
June 9th and 10th. Oh, you took my paper. I don't have it now.
Yes, June 9th to the 12th. And the meeting should be on the 10th.
So the three options are you send one, you send both, and in sending both, the board member becomes secretary for that meeting. Up to you guys.
Say that again, Deb.
The two options?
Yeah.
The two options are you send one.
Yep.
Option number two, if you send both, then a board member becomes secretary for that board meeting.
Well, you sure it's only gonna be me. I guess we got a recorder.
No stones.
Yeah, we got the recorder anyway.
Yeah. Well, if Wendy doesn't forget it.
I know, sorry. Hey, where, it doesn't say anything how much the hotel is on this, or am I not reading this right? Or is that the $100 is for the hotel and it's a free training? Like, I'm not, somebody read that, because I don't have my glasses on, but like, I don't know where you got the $552.40, Deb.
Are you part of the New York? Yeah.
Yeah.
So paid members.
It's $100.
If you were currently.
Like, how did you get the
Annual
$552.40 is what I'm asking.
Where did which one are we on?
So 100 for
June.
registration,
June.
45 for dinner, if they have dinner. The reservations for the hotel are directly with the hotel. That's not on here.
Right, so I
You
don't.
have to find out what
Yeah,
that
so
would be.
what's the, is the
Oh,
552
I'm sorry,
included?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what you're not.
I'm not following.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You needed page two.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know.
Okay, so the room for double is that per person? Oh, 407, it's 418. Yeah, or, I'm dyslexic. It's $814.80 for two.
Yep.
If one person goes, it's $590.40. So you must have been figuring with one person.
No, I figured with the two, it's 407 per person plus the 100 maybe?
It's $814.80 for the package for two people.
Mhm.
And then it'll be $200, well, if they do the cruise thing, it'll be $145 each. $145, $145.
552. It was with that because that was in celebration of their anniversary for the tax collector was the dinner.
So that's $290, and then it's $814.80.
I think they said they were paying most of the cost and the $45 per person was optional.
Well, if you're going, you want to do that, wouldn't you think? Everybody's leaving the hotel and going on a cruise, and you two are going to sit in your room, twiddle your thumbs. So that one would be a total of $1,140.80 for that training for two, if two go. Okay, next question though. Millbrook will be kind of semi-open, right? We don't have full staff yet.
Right.
So do you guys want to pass this one, or you want to think about this one? Because we can pass this one at the next board meeting. The cutoff for this is May 10th, and our next board meeting is April.
In June, yeah, it'll be still part-time because school's not out. until
Right, it'll
May.
still be part-time.
But
So and that,
tax collecting one?
and that's the 9th through the 12th
probably
June.
should, seeing so I do collect taxes.
June 9th,
Um,
so that's.
But I also have Brian and Alicia and Judy for backup, so.
So that's 3 days the
that's
office will
something
be
we need to
closed.
Talk about.
But you're saying you got how much backup?
I have Brian, Alicia, and Judy
For Millbrook,
for Millbrook for
but it'll
backup,
be
so
3 days that the office is closed in
if I
June
have
too,
to
for training.
have one of them, probably Brian, back me up while I'm gone.
Do you have the schedule yet?
Yeah, will you be leaving
Brian's
Sunday, or
schedule?
would you
Yeah.
be checking in on Monday?
Did you look to see if he was working?
I don't
I
know
have
if I
not.
would do those Sunday. I think
I haven't
would do
either.
Monday.
Because it starts.
She told me
it starts
about
on
this
the
and
ninth.
then
Oh, it started.
the world came
Well, I
crumbling
think-
down for the last week,
Oh, I don't
so.
really know. It says 9 through
I've been
12,
using
but
Uh-huh.
it starts, so I don't really know. Are you, so, and that's for all the days, I'm assuming. That's not per day, right? That hotel, that's for the whole package,
that's
all
for the
3
whole
nights.
package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Geez, I hope so.
Well, why don't we take, as far as announcements, when we announce, when you put it in the paper for the board, you put it there at the office will be closed.
Due to training, and right, due to
Training on
training.
those dates. I'll get back. I don't really know that I would be going on a Sunday.
Everybody
So I
pays
probably end
attention
up
to the
Yeah.
announcements anyway. they'll see
Right.
that.
doing a 3-hour on Monday.
So that's what I'm estimating, 1,140.80 if I did them, but I did it quick, and 902 on the other one. What was 902 plus the
952 plus mileage.
952 plus mileage, and this one would be plus mileage?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, do you want to make a motion for this one? And then it'll be no more than that or less than that, depending on who goes. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
All right, John, Roy second. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, moving on. Okay, now I need a motion to approve, to buy purchase orders. You know, the little purchase order slips, she's getting them from the printer for $175. Can someone make me a
I'll move it.
motion? John? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye, okay. Motion to purchase envelopes for $125. It's crazy because our procurement policy needs to be changed. So let's do it right. We're doing it right. All right, I need a motion for the envelopes. Okay, Sarah, second?
Sarah seconded. John already moved.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, he threw it out there before she.
Oh.
finished
Oh, I
the
didn't even
meeting.
hear you. Didn't even hear you, John. Okay, any discussion?
All in favor?
Yay. Okay. Motion to shred escrow from 2017 6-year retention.
I'll move it.
John,
Second.
Roy, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay. Motion to delete purchase order, this is for 6-year from 2001 to 2018. Debbie, when you say delete them, is that the paper copies or you're deleting it off Laserfish?
Off of Laserfish.
Do we still keep the paper copies upstairs?
That's it. We only need purchase orders for a 6-year retention, and we have them for 23 years. So we're using up too much space on Laserfish and it's starting to cost us
Okay.
because we're keeping stuff for too long.
Okay, so, and like all that stuff's been audited already, so we would never need it again. Okay, all right, I need a motion for that one. Somebody.
I make a motion.
April. Second.
Second.
Roy. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I feel the same.
I'm sorry, what?
I feel the same, Sarah.
Okay,
I'll start with 2001 because I do go back sometimes, but I can't find anything else I could delete to save room.
all right. Debbie, I'm gonna let
Just
you.
move it on. And then,
Okay, she
Our
took care of this. This was
Yeah.
a thing that we received. She had to download this stuff. And
it's an NOV for the DMR. So,
okay,
moving on.
I checked it today. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you for
Next,
service.
next. And here are her things. Okay. Next, EMS, right? Oh no, planning board. Sorry, Teresa. Sorry.
She's been sitting here for 2 hours and she skipped it.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
I looked at the EMS thing. Sorry. Okay, come on. It's 7:59.
I am very quick. We had our first meeting for the month for 2024. There's a fellow up on Warner Road who's doing a simple sub, and we have the never-ending Orzac division been over and over and over. This time Andy came. I handed him all the paperwork and said it's a minor sub. Joe wasn't there, so he didn't have to argue with me. So
Oh,
hopefully.
they're subbing their, or.
Yeah, and to help them out, we are having a special meeting, Deb. We're having our regular meeting, and then we're having a special meeting on the 10th, wasn't it the 10th? Because we had to have it because Gary was going away.
Of what?
April.
April.
So I need a notice in the paper so that people know it, or put something on the door, I don't care.
Well, I
Just so
think we
long.
can put in the paper.
Just so long as some people know it's happening. So that hopefully will be the end of that.
Okay.
And we are looking for another member, so if you hear of anybody who wants to join the planning board, send them on down.
I thought you told me that you might have somebody interested.
Well, you stole David Wells.
I did not steal David Wells.
I was convinced I had that guy, and then he called me, and he just, whoosh, he was gone.
I did not steal him.
I'm only teasing you, dear.
You stole.
It's okay. We've operated with 4 before. We can operate with 4 again.
Anything else?
No, sweetie.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you for waiting 2 hours. I'm sorry we had so much.
Oh, and by the way, I am coming to the shower. That way I don't have to call you.
Okay, great. Highway, John.
Mother, nothing really. Everything, you know, the great all came back. Perfect, so they would use it, works good. And like he said, the, loader went down, you got the pipe this morning, they're expecting to get the roof for the, I didn't really take it.
I'm shocked by that. Isn't that
Yeah.
something you can put on and take
Obviously
off?
not.
Because, like, Roy, how are they're not gonna drive around with it on all the time.
With what?
The broom, the
The
sweeper
broom, the
thing,
sweeper,
they had to
not
take
sure
the
why. They
lower
had to put it
somewhere.
down for
Or is
a
that to
while.
put brackets on the
I think-
loader?
I wonder if it's just to make sure
I
it
didn't
fit
know.
well and it was
Well,
gonna
it might
work
be.
for
Like
it.
it's first
Yeah.
assembly or.
Yeah.
It might be a mount on it that you can lock it into.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
That's
I
what I'm
didn't,
thinking. I wouldn't,
I see it went by without the bucket on, so
Maybe they won't have the brackets.
hopefully they can take it off, they don't have to take it back.
You might want to
Well,
ask
some-
that.
Well, you know, I think they
Depending
know
on
what
how
they're
they're-
doing.
depending on how they're working. I've seen places where they like had a scraper grade it and then that kind of went along behind it.
Behind it.
I don't know.
We'll know.
Okay.
We'll find out.
John, building and grounds.
Like I said, tomorrow, they're gonna start the roof down there, I'm sure, so they were gonna start today, but obviously.
Okay. Sarah, youth committee.
Oh, we got a report from.
I got that. That was interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
I've not had time to read it.
I looked
Yeah, I
at
got
it
it.
because my husband's like, "We have those fish up there," and he was shocked.
I
And
did look at that,
yeah, it was kind of cool. I
That was
did.
from last year, wasn't it? When they did that
Yes,
thing?
Yeah.
they did the electrofishing. Yes, this is the official report on that electrofishing. done.
That was cool. Okay. Do you have a date when you're having a committee meeting for Millbrook or not? Yeah.
No, Connie and I are gonna schedule one.
Okay.
She's had a lot going on.
I know.
Bye,
I
so.
know. No problem. Okay. April, are you done? Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Yes.
I didn't want to cut you off. I know you got to get home because you got a husband going in for surgery tomorrow.
I gotta be at.
I know.
6:30.
I'm trying. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying
Did you
to.
get a hold of Dave today?
Yes, I called him, that's right, with, what is he, health department,
Public health.
public health, I think Dave Gordon called and offered us, training for lifeguards. I told him we probably won't be able to do anything with it this year, but we're opening a store, trying to bring in more funds so that we can pay lifeguards maybe next year. He said, can't promise that the funds will be there next year, but we are at the top of the list for.
Was he going to reach out to the school to see if he would train anybody free down there?
He said if we wanted the 5 lifeguards, that they would train for free and then give some funding. If we had a school contact that we can find 5 people that would be willing to go to the training. But if we say no to this year, then he's sending it to Afton.
Okay.
I think we're going the wrong direction with lifeguards.
Well, I would like to see them back, but I don't know, I don't know how we're gonna get them. They don't,
Yeah,
people
we
don't wanna
can't
work.
afford the labor for it at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, that is all.
Okay. April, anything extra on the police? We kind of hit most
No,
of
I
it.
think we have most of it. I think there was some on new business or local.
Yes.
business already. Okay.
I think we do, okay.
Yeah.
Ambulance, everybody got the EMS report? So that's good. Any questions on that? Okay. I have to table the vouchers and go to new business because one of the vouchers is in new business, so we can approve the vouchers, but we gotta approve the purchase. Okay?
Old business.
Old business is the cameras, and we kind of hit on that with David. So I don't think we have any discussion on that. Does anybody have any discussion on the cameras? And David did tell Mary Ellen, and I told Pete that we couldn't find the funding for the village. We didn't have it in our budget. Okay, new business. We need to, this was tabled from last month, a motion to pass the JPJ increase of $817.46. That was to finish furnishing the new police car. The quote was 14,000 and something, if you look at your, what you probably saw on your vouchers. One was for 14,000, which we had approved when we sent the car. And then this was increases of stuff that weren't either compatible or that wouldn't work in the new car, because it's a different make and model.
I'll move it.
Okay, thank you, John. Second?
I'll second.
Okay. Sarah or April? I'll put April. I'll put April.
Give David.
Okay, any discussion on it? Anybody got any discussion? Thank God. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, do you want me to go back to vouchers or do you want me to finish new business? Okay, let's do the vouchers. Okay. Okay, so, this is where I get confused. We got the resolution number 16, 2024, authorizing to pay the audit vouchers. On March 11, 2024, Roy Stockwell, Sarah Wells Wright, reviewed the vouchers. Be it resolved hereby authorizing the town board to pay the following audit vouchers. I don't know where we get the totals, and I don't know why I don't know that, because I'm either retired or I don't remember.
From the bottom of the unpaid abstract vouchers.
Okay, so that's where we get those funds.
After
Vouchers.
discussion, whether you decide to,
All right, is there any questions on the unpaid vouchers? Any discussions?
I've got this.
Well, we know you do. So let's roll. Let's roll with them.
Okay, card member services just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Debbie explained that there's been some credits back and forth on interest and late fees and stuff, so she thinks that it boils down to that it's not that we've overpaid, but they've done credits that we just haven't applied somewhere yet.
Okay.
So my issue is that the check then is made for $12.60 more than the statement balance.
Okay.
So I don't know how we account for that, but I think that needs to be changed. On the,
And we are paying $310.17. Is that, in my card member services, is that what you're
card
talking?
member services,
Like
yeah,
it
it's
says,
at 310.17.
on that fund, are they in any other fund or just that one?
That was the total.
well, this is on the general. I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm just
general
making sure
first.
that there's
Okay.
none on any other fund.
Yeah. I only saw
Oh,
it coming
I
out of the
see what you're
general.
saying, Deb. Okay.
I only saw it on the general,
Yeah.
and the statement balance was 297.57.
297.57.
Yeah,
So-
instead of the 310.17. But I'm not sure how we should account for that difference, because the charges that were put on the card do add up to that.
To the 310.17.
Right, but that's not what the statement is, so.
Okay, let me ask you this. Since we're getting new on paying statements and everything, this is a new thing we're started. Do you want to pay the balance that added up and not the statement balance. And there may be a credit next month, or we don't know.
I mean,
how
we
do you-
can, but we're not gonna know where this 1260 difference came from to begin with.
So, and the reason, if I may, it's gonna be really hard to figure that because what happened was we had a $35 late fee. And I paid that out of the clerk line, just because I didn't know where to pay it out of. So just to make it simple, months ago, I paid it out of the clerk line. The interest generally ends up getting paid out of the clerk line, even if the clerk didn't make a purchase, because in order to figure out who has the interest, I gotta figure, did we buy something for the police on the 2nd of the month or the 15th of the month? So how much is that times the APR for this many days to try to figure out how much interest belongs to each person or each fund?
Right.
So I've been putting all the interest in the clerk line. Then what happened was after we paid that, they credited partial interest back to us and the whole $35 late fee. But we still have interest that has eaten up that credit. So in reality, $35 should be credited back to the town clerk line because the clerk line paid for the late fee.
That they
Then we
credited
can sit
back.
down and
Figure it
pick
out.
through the interest for every month and figure out exactly who earned what interest and how to, or the board could try to figure out what they want to do with the interest as a whole. Because I don't have the time after spending 5 hours on another purchase order to get that right with the Lord, to figure out the APR on each purchase and what went where.
Could you just put copies of, I don't know, the last 12 months of the statements in my inbox and I can try and figure it out and get back to you? If that works for you.
Okay, so, but you're telling me everything that's on that statement is the 31017. Okay, so I'm voting, I think we vote to pay that, and then we'll figure out. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I don't want to go back to.
18,000.
So is there any other questions on the general fund at $18,955.40 that we have?
No.
Okay, so that line is correct. That's what we're paying. So on your resolution, it's 18. Again, 955. Someone check that because I don't have my glasses. Okay. All right.
I can't find the resolutions.
Okay. So, town outside the village. Oh, why? I'm,
It's a TOV.
because that was on the next one on here. Sorry, let's go to DB because that's the next one on our file. I was going by this. I'll put them in the order of next way when we type them.
Together.
Hey, I get all the other ones in alphabetical order for you. Give me a break. Okay,
right.
any questions on any of these bills?
DB, the Kimball Midwest, when we reviewed the vouchers, it was missing the invoice. So I think Debbie, you said you got a copy of it?
Yeah,
I
she-
added a copy, it's in the folder.
She put
That's
it
why I
in the folder.
notated your list.
okay. All right.
Also construction, that's the radar, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the great one.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Everything else looked good. The whole Gillies nightmare, I think,
Yeah.
made sense.
Listen, Debbie gets applause for that one. I'm giving Debbie applause. She was on the phone 2 hours with them. That's good. I wouldn't even look at it. I said, I'm leaving that for Sarah and Roy. I didn't even look at it.
We
So,
zeroed out in
and then
May of
she showed it
23.
to me today.
And then I had to go from May of 23 all the way through to find exactly what had been paid, double paid, underpaid.
It was a
credits that
nightmare.
weren't applied.
Wow, but it's done.
Done.
Yay.
So,
Thank you.
okay, so DB fund is 36160.80. Is that correct, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, DA line, any questions?
Auction International, what's that, just the commission?
Those tanks.
That was the tanks we
Oh,
bought,
Those two
okay.
tanks.
the 2 tanks,
Yeah.
okay?
Yep.
Any other questions?
We just need to figure out what the description is supposed to be for this DA 51304.3. I have no idea what that is.
We're gonna come back to those. That's the,
Yes.
the DA equipment purchase and the DA equipment repair. Those were new lines added, but
Okay.
But
we're gonna,
we took them out.
yep, we took them out for now.
This is gonna be on our DA contractual line, so the line will be, Debbie, can you get that quick, or can I?
The 5-1, I already, oh, you have new ones in there.
Yeah, it's on your
Everyone
profit
has
and
new
loss
ones.
statement.
The It's the one that you have with the yellow sticker that says updated.
Okay. So it's just coming out of the DA contractual, and then we're gonna work on those lines.
51424. Everything in DA is coming out of the 51424.
424. Out of the CE contractual.
Wait, that's out of,
DA.
DA,
oh, sorry, I'm looking at the.
yep, DA. It'll be the DA.
Got it.
Okay, so we took care of that. We had a couple questions on some new numbers we were gonna put in, but we found that they may not be the accurate numbers, so we took them out. Okay, so that's good, right, everybody?
Yep.
Okay, so the DA is 1694347. Look at us go, kids. Okay. What's next? FX. Okay.
My phone died, so I don't have to calculator. I had this EJP bill, the 702. It wasn't on the statement that was in the packet. So I asked Debbie to double check, and it has already been paid, so it needs to be removed.
And your updated one is in the updated
That's
packet.
gonna be less.
Yes, it's in your updated.
All right,
packet.
so, but off
Oh,
the
okay.
voucher, the unpaid, we take it off of the voucher.
Just put an X through it because I gave you an updated.
Oh, you gave us a new updated voucher list?
Yeah, look, this right here.
That's the profit and loss. I'm
No,
talking.
look at the last 2 pages.
Yeah,
The last
it's
2
on-
pages
it's on
is the
the last
updated DA
Oh, sorry.
and the
Okay,
updated
perfect.
FX.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so cross that one out. Yep, I didn't see that. Okay, thank you for that, Debbie.
No, it's the same, yeah, it is.
Okay,
No, now it's 1479.
it's
Yeah, I know, I know,
1479.
Yep.
Okay. 1479.04. Okay, beautiful. Okay, next one is the South Neberlin Lighting District.
No, we don't have anything.
I got 1,057.82
On a prepay or an
Unpaid.
unpaid?
on unpaid.
Yep.
It's on the back of the sheet.
I don't usually have backs. Mine usually is only front because we scan
Okay.
mine.
Yep.
Okay, no questions on that. That was
No, that was
nice
good.
deck. Okay. Now on Town Outside Village is 1,120. Any questions? I am so proud of everybody here tonight. Okay, I introduced the resolution. I need a second.
Second.
Sarah? Go ahead, Deb.
Oh,
Roll call.
I was like, what am I going ahead? Parks,
Yes.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Wales Right,
Yes.
Christian,
Yes.
Reifenberg.
Yes. Okay. That's done. Now I need, oh my gosh,
Now what
did
you gotta do is
I make a motion to
financial
accept
report.
these?
Just
Guys.
copy.
So, no, who did it? Who made the motion to accept the vouchers?
You made the motion,
You
I
did.
second.
Okay, oh, thank you. I didn't write it down.
No, the financial report.
Okay, and now I need the financial reports.
Oh, wait a second. No, it was Wendy and Roy just did.
Oh, okay.
Resolution number 16 was just Wendy and Roy.
Oh, because I don't have to make a motion, we're doing a resolution, I'm
It's a
sorry.
resolution, so there's no
Sorry,
motion for
I'm
the vouchers.
sorry, because I wrote it on the resolution. See, we used to always do motions, and now we're doing resolutions. Okay. Sorry.
All right, so introduced by Wendy, seconded by Roy.
Yep. Okay, now I need a motion for approval of the financial reports.
I'll move
John, second. Roy, I'm sorry, April.
That's okay.
Okay, any questions on the financial reports?
No, but you have to go up. You guys have not been doing a motion on accepting the monthly reports. You've been going right into talking about them. We haven't been doing that the last 1 or maybe 2. Can we just have a motion to accept the monthly reports?
I'll move it.
Sorry.
That's okay. I
Can
just
you
saw a blank
can you
still.
type a line in there that says motion next time so I can see that?
Yeah.
So I don't
I
forget.
second it.
Okay.
All right, wait a minute, I'm lost here. We're accepting the monthly
The
report.
Number
Yeah.
John and second by April. I'm sorry about that. Because
I just noticed when I typed my minutes, I just said
It doesn't say
minor reports
motion.
because I didn't have
All
any
in favor?
minutes.
Aye. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Thanks for helping out.
Financial report. So,
Okay,
can you do that?
and
Yeah.
financial reports, John motion, Roy seconded. All in, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
All right, so wait a second. Before we did the monthly report, something else was voted on and I missed it.
That's the financial report.
Financial report.
That was John, Roy.
Who moved, who seconded?
John, Roy second.
That's all done.
Okay. In your packets, this was tabled from last time. There is a picture of our logo, and I didn't realize, everybody has logos. Like, I'll show you, this is the county's logo with a deer. I thought that was kind of cool. So, this is the town one, and Debbie very nicely put a bunch of different towns. They do all have logos. Okay, so I need to know if you like the logo. I printed out one from my email. That was, Deb scanned the actual laminated one in.
Yeah.
So I printed one from email. So are you, any discussion? Do you guys like the design? Do you want to change the design?
If you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind
I
having just
will
a
let you
tiny bit
say-
of discussion.
Yep, go ahead.
And that is that if you look at this patch and I look at this seal, I did discuss this with both David to let him know, because I know he had created this, that it wasn't anything in offense to him or, to anybody. I also like the village, but I feel as a town clerk and a town resident, we have so much more than just village landmarks to be our town seal. We've never had a town seal, and I kind of feel like we should put a little thought into a town seal. We have Holmesville, we have the lake, we have South New Berlin, we have Amblerville. We have stuff that represents the town, but to have a church in the village, Preferred Manor in the village, the depot in the village, really the only thing that encompasses the town is the fact that it has a river that runs. So I just would have liked to see, I remember a couple months ago, I had mentioned to Sarah, if you guys see the town of Norwich one, doesn't have to be as detailed, but I found what our town looks like on the map if you just did the outline of our town. Whether you put roads in there or you made it simple enough, it was the outline, then it shows everybody in the town that they're included in this town seal. So that's just my thoughts on it.
I just made that, just so you know, I only made that one up because they didn't have one. And I know last year we talked about possibly using that for a seal. It does make some sense to be the town too. I have no problem with it. I just put that on there, but whatever you guys want. It does make sense what you say. The theme for what I put on there, and that's kind of from our patch. It's because of the theme it's the Underground Railroad, which was part of Preferred Manor. The church was part of it. Then it was the railroad depot, and then it was the Unionville River, combining us all together. So those were the only national landmarks that
And
they
you
had.
know, the railroad did go all the way down, back and forth,
So
and the
that's-
river goes all the way down.
That's how I came up with that.
My outlook on it is, it's done, Preferred paid for those patches, we stole it from the patches, and we've never had one, and we don't have to do anything else, it's done. So that's my outlook on it. Yes, quickly.
Yes, it will be quick. It'll be concise. I hear what Deb is saying.
Yeah.
Because as a town resident, and I'm sure that you hear it also.
Yeah.
That, and I hear it, not just from South New Berlin residents, I hear it from other people around, that New Berlin gets, this is a direct quote, New Berlin gets everything, South New Berlin gets nothing, Holmesville gets nothing. That's a direct quote. And so,
well, and
I could see
I can see that
doing
point too.
the town thing and maybe having a couple of little things like South
Holmesville,
Berlin's got to
Amberville,
have
South
something.
Berlin.
I'm not that familiar with their history, but there's got to be, I should be because my family lived there forever. you know, there's gotta be some unique thing that comes from South New Berlin, or a unique thing that comes from Holmesville, or a unique thing that comes from whatever.
Well, even
other
Shenango Lake,
town-
I mean, you could go
Shenango
farther.
Lake, right.
No
Sure.
shirts or whatever.
And yeah, it is done,
Millbrook,
and yeah,
sure.
they did pay for it, but I can guarantee you, and she's gonna say the same thing, that you're
What if,
gonna hear, oh, that logo, well, look at that, it's got everything that's in the village of New Berlin. What the heck has that got to do with the rest of the town?
Now, this might kind of sound a little crazy, I don't know, but I say crazy, but it's not that crazy. Why won't we just stay out of it? Why don't we could the Boy Scouts come up with that logo? Let it have one for us. Maybe they can come up with something that.
Do a contest, put it through the
Yeah.
school.
Right.
But I do agree with, it should probably be something for the town when she came to me and talked to me today.
You know, I don't know.
I just was like, if it's done, if we're gonna use one, let's use it.
I mean, you
Over it.
You can still use the outer perimeter thing, like the
Yeah.
outline thing, just put a different
I
picture on it.
gotta tell you, after I started looking at these, I like Shenango County, I like the deer, I'd like an animal. Because we're very, or something agricultural, a cow, like.
Well, I was
tractor
gonna
for
say.
all that. Yeah, like a tractor, people will go nuts over a tractor, yeah.
Farm,
Oh, yeah, but then you're gonna hear, well,
Okay.
I like international, but
Okay.
I like John Deere.
All right, so I'm tabling it because we're moving on. So,
Sounds good.
and we'll talk about it in committee meeting, so we can either get a contest or whatever. It's gonna
I
take
think that
together.
would be great.
Okay, next, motion for the new FOIL request, because we have 2 FOIL request officers.
Easily take the seal off of
The
it.
seal
I can
will
take it
have
off
to
in
be
2
taken
seconds,
off.
so.
This is the old one, this is the new one. We do have 2 firms now, 2 office FOIL request officers, so I like this one. This is the old one, it's generic. So I need a motion to pass that, to put it on the website, and I need a second.
Can we put our names next to each other instead of one above the other? Because if they look at Kaminsky's name, all the FOIL requests are going to him. And if they're my requests, I'm responsible to answer them within
It
5
says the
days.
town police, town,
Yeah.
And I
How
would
about we
like-
highlight them in different colors like you did
I would
the
like that you can
emails?
separate the 2 of us so they know it's not.
Oh, that does that?
It does that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Roy? Didn't know. we
Yeah, I
knew.
don't see why we couldn't convert this into a side-by-side box instead
I could do that
one above the
in
other.
about 2 seconds.
Right.
Okay,
And I'll take the seal off.
take the seal off because we're not.
But
we're
the only
tabling
thing that I do request is there's only one FOIL request. And it should only be
it. Yeah. I-
on our
that's-
webpage on the Freedom of Information Act section, only not in the police
So
section,
they
not in
can
the
print
town
it
clerk
out.
section, just in the one section. So nobody has to go searching for it. It's in that one drop-down box, if you know what I'm talking about.
I
Okay.
wouldn't stress a whole lot about it because I'll tell you, I've not had any come through our website. They
Well, maybe
all
we'll
call
have
and
it.
email.
You know what?
Okay.
And just so everybody does know, FOIL law, they do not need to give you written format. They can call you up, tell you where to mail the information, and they can be anonymous. They do not need to tell you why they need it unless it's a specific thing. It's a very small list, and they do not need to tell you who they are. So that's why
They need an official reason though, don't they?
they don't have to.
For police, for anything police.
For police.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna update that, and are we gonna approve with the updates, or do you want to see
I
it?
think we should approve the updates. I mean, these are
Okay.
simple updates.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve.
I'll move.
Sarah, second. April, any discussion? All in favor? Okay, what's next? Okay, motion to hire the laborer to the clean, we can scratch that off because I did speak to, Brandon, and he says that they probably could go down and do that. So we just need to tell them to get down there and do it, and it's free, they got free time. The only thing I do want to ask you though, Roy, when they build the shelves, and because the only reason I thought of this is because you said something. Do you think they should petition like a little room so that chemical is in like just a little wall room?
Not unless they ventilate it, part of it is.
So you think, or do
Yeah,
you
but
think we should put it out in
The
the,
key really would be if everything is sealed up in that room, it shouldn't be a problem.
okay,
As long as they're not dumping chemicals or putting partials in there that are open,
okay,
and I don't know what they are. When I was it's closed up.
Was sealed, okay. And I think that's it, it's just for the storage, because I think he takes his other one and he mixes it and does it all in the chemical room.
And I think the big amount of stuff was chlorine he had stored, but he said, you know, we don't use that much, we're cutting down the flow, we don't use as much chlorine, and sooner or later we'll use it up, but we won't.
We won't have
the
that
volume.
much,
We'll have some,
but not that,
but we won't have.
because we're using a lot less chlorine.
Yeah, they all tell us that.
Yeah. John, are you okay with that? Because I know you really wanted to do that. Okay, so we're moving on that. Okay, Millbrook reservations and the person work in Millbrook when the park isn't open. I am still doing some research on that, so I'm not prepared to give you, that is talking about splitting, so it's out, because Debbie wants it out of the office, splitting the deputy clerk. I'm still working on some things. I did do some research on back files when we did have a deputy clerk, when it was Jerry Franco. And I do have those printed out. And does anybody know why we have green paper in the printer? Because it printed out on green paper. It was
I came in last week and everything I printed out on red paper.
Yeah, it
No
was
blue or something.
It was green
What the
paper.
hell is
It
going
was
on?
the same one. I don't know if Penny was using it. and
So I was like, what did we
Yeah.
run out of paper? So
Someone
I'm
left it
gonna
in there.
save that and I will bring it back to you if you're all okay with that, because I don't think we're ready to make a decision on that anyway. I do have some ideas of how we can do it so it helps everybody. And, but we'll talk about that. Okay, next thing, the bank account, as you all know, with the forgery of the check. Thaddeus called me and when I was in Florida, I met with him that Monday. Roy took care of the signature authenticity, right? You had to go sign stuff and sign the actual thing that it was fraud. And so the bank recommended that they have a positive pay application. They recommend we sign our checking account up for positive pay. And what I understand is Joan has done it for another place that she works for. She scans the checks in. Those checks have to match exactly to what we made it to, so there'll be no fraud.
We don't have to scan the check, you can just provide the bank a copy of the QuickBooks report saying.
Oh,
the check
okay,
is printed.
okay, whatever. She knows how to do it. She
Yes.
said she's gonna get a training on it. They're gonna train us. But I have got copies of the email where it said we would not be charged any fees because there is a monthly fee for this. And there's like prices per transactions, 2 cents, 5 cents. And I'm like, I'm not signing this. I said, I want you to give me a new contract. I'm not signing this. Because I said, I don't have authorization to spend town board's money. So my reply was, this is a generic e-document to sign. And we really, because our bank account is frozen, Thaddeus has to call Debbie every day to clear one of our checks at this point. So I have the emails. I printed them out because this is what Thaddeus really thinks we should do this. I printed the emails out that says that there is no charge. Okay. And I printed the agreement.
Whatever.
It doesn't say, and they will not change it. But I got another email today stating that they are willing to put both of ours on positive pay because we have another checking account that we pay salary, payroll, and stuff out of. She's willing to put both of them on at no charge. Thaddeus told me to print the emails out. I'm going to clip it to this. We're going to file it. And I will sign the e-document if you guys want me to sign it and we proceed. Because,
As long as you prove that there's no charges.
yeah, and I said, Joan, we have to check our statement every month because down here on this little thing, because thank God I just didn't sign it. I read every page. And I'm like, oh, per item charge, 5 cents. A check issued, this one's $50 a month. This one check positive pay is $35 a month. Pay positive pay is $50 a month. Arch payment is $25 a month. And I'm like, there's a lot of charges on here.
So we're
They're
gonna,
probably-
we're gonna assume that we're not gonna be charged ever until all of a sudden they come back to us with unless they come back.
And this is the reasoning that they're giving me. We have enough money in this bank account, in this bank, that they were loyal customers and they're waiving the fees. But I wanted it in writing, I wanted this crossed off, but they would not do it. But I do have the
You cross it
emails.
off and send it back.
Yeah. Well, I gotta sign it online, because it's an
We did that
e-doc.
with another company and we had to redo that.
I'm sure, but
So I just, before I said I'm not signing
can
it
you
till
just write on there, see email?
Yeah. I'm not signing it unless you all are okay with me signing it, and we're gonna put these emails on there. And this was today. Good news, I confirmed with Jamie Reynolds that both the compromised and the trust in agency payroll account can be enrolled in the ARC positive payee positive pay service at no cost to the taxes, to the town, I'm sorry. So, and then I printed these, I'm gonna hook it to this.
There's no cost, it's a no-brainer. It's
So,
just-
do you guys trust that somebody that works at MBT is gonna honor that?
Yes. Just leave copies and copies.
But we're gonna, I said, John, we're gonna keep on tap of our bank statements to make sure.
And positive pay works. It's worked at RTG 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and with the craziness of this world, that freaked me out so bad.
It's
When
like you just tell the bank a list of, these are the people we're paying, this is how much, and this is the check number. If it's anything other than this, do not cash it.
Yeah,
That's it.
okay.
Yeah.
So, can I have a motion just so we have it in our books? All right, Sarah, a second.
I second it.
April, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I will sign that tomorrow or tonight. All right, now we got resolutions, and I'm sorry, not all the resolutions are in there. But me and Debbie talked today, and we're gonna have a system, because I didn't get my packet until Friday. And night, Trace.
Thanks for coming.
And I didn't get my packet until Friday. And so, I didn't look at our costs, our balance sheets and our, sheets. So I just went down and seen what was over budgeted. So I made resolutions to correct all those over budgeted lines. But Debbie recommended, Bob used to do it like the week before the vouchers, and then we'll try to get, if Debbie sees them on Thursday, she'll call me down, we'll get the resolutions printed out earlier, so you don't have extra resolutions. So moving forth with that, resolution number 17, and I can't find, oh, right here.
Yep.
Okay, 17, nope, that's not mine, I'm sorry, I don't know where my resolutions are, I got so many papers. Yeah, no, I got them. Okay. But I have 19 first, 18, 17. Okay. Is authorized to amend of the budget to record the transfer of monies from the contingency account A19904.1.0 of the amount of $889.10 to be put in the supervisor's contractual line of A1. You guys can read it, right? Whereas the town went over budget because of the training for the new supervisor and the cost of the account for the audit. The audit is $1,300 next year. We gotta, like Debbie recommended, we make a training line, but we gotta put in what the auditor's gonna cost, okay? So that's the first one that we're gonna transfer that money. Okay. So I guess I introduced it and Roy second.
Yep.
Okay, Deb.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Reifenberg,
Yes.
Wales Wright,
Yes.
Parks,
Yes.
Christian.
Okay.
What time was that for?
That was 17. That was for the, the supervisors. Yeah, look at me, I'm overspending already. Haven't even been in 2 months. Okay, number 19. Does someone else want to
No,
introduce it?
18.
Number
18, sorry. Got the wrong one. I'm out of order. 18, who wants to, does someone want to introduce it?
Resolution
Okay.
18 for 2024, authorizing the amendment of the budget to record the transfer of money from the police reserve to 9543 in the amount of $15,449.94 to the police equipment. And the town had allocated reserves for the author.
Accessorizing. Did I spell that
Okay, sorry.
wrong?
No,
Okay.
my glasses went somewhere. Of the new, that police car is 146.
I think it's outfit.
It's
Accessorizing sounds like.
Well, I didn't know what to
Yeah.
call
Yeah, I
it.
didn't.
I didn't know what to call it.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
listen, I'm new at the resolutions,
I-
people.
Make the introduction, so.
Okay, John, we need a second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Parks,
Yes.
Christian,
Yes.
Reifenberg,
Yes.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Wells right.
Yes.
Okay. Next resolution is number 19. Who wants to introduce it? Okay, Sarah. Thank you.
Resolution number 19 of 2024, authorizing the amendment of the budget to record the transfer of money from the DB Truck Reserve 9535 in the amount of $225,865 to the machinery equipment DB 51302.4.0. Whereas the town had allocated reserves for the purchase of a 2023 HV International HV 513 SFA 6x4 chassis with Tenco plow package on March 21st of 2022.
That was the
Therefore, be it
23
resolved.
or the 24?
John, that's the one you text me. That's what I was
Okay.
worried about. Is
All right.
this the right truck? 'Cause
If
I
I-
don't know.
Gave you that.
You sent me the
right,
text.
Picture of the
You,
invoice.
you sent me the picture and I'm like, was that the first one we got or was this the second one? Cause I don't know. Maybe Deb, just check that. Okay, and if it is changed to, cause remember we already received one truck, we bought two.
Ready?
Is this one that's
Oh,
coming?
This is the one that's coming in April.
Oh, ready.
So, I'm not gonna call him this late. It's
I
8:49.
just said, ask Brandon. I'll edit it tomorrow. if it's
Okay.
24.
But we know the truck's coming. I wanted to have it in
And
there
that's
so we're
the-
not over
I
budget.
don't wanna-
But that's the one you sent me. I'm like, man, I hope that one was right. Okay,
Well, now that I see that, yeah.
Okay. all right. John, are you seconding that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. With corrections, if it's not an international, if it's, I think they're all internationals though, aren't they? I just took it off what Dan wrote on the invoice.
Let me just-
Sarah did.
I introduced, you seconded.
All right.
Roll call.
Wells right.
Yes.
Christian,
Yes.
Reifenberg,
Yes.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 20.
Oh, no, we didn't. Took it out and put it back. I was like, wait a minute.
We did take it out today, but then we were confused and we had it back in there. You need one?
Yeah, I don't know how I don't have one.
Well,
I have a white.
oh, she has two because, oh, well, I took them all out of your packets and then we put them back in your packets.
And I had already picked up my
What
packet,
was
so
it?
I have
Thank
both.
you.
Vouchers on that or no?
Do what?
On this one, this up to 35,000.
Well, because that's what I looked at back in the minutes, that's what we voted on. We voted
Right, we
to
didn't know
do
what it would be.
27,000 up to 35 was our max. But we were putting it in, I put the price of what we're paying. Yes, okay? You want to who wants to introduce it? You want to do it, April?
I'm gonna read it first. and
Well, read it out loud. Read it out loud.
Resolution 20 of 2024, authorizing the amendment of the budget to record the transfer of the money from the Highway Reserve 9535 in the amount of $32,136.73 to the machinery CEDB 51304.4.0. Whereas the town has allocated reserves for repairs and maintenance to the 2001 Randall
Gradle. That might be spelled wrong.
XL 3100 in September of 2023, up to 35,000.
This is the third time it's been service like that. That much amount of money.
Thank God, because they're like
Yeah, so
over
50 I think it was-
500,000, aren't
The
they?
first one was 15 and that was 23 and now.
Okay.
Still less than the cost of a
Yeah.
new one.
It's- yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, go ahead, Deb.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Christian,
Yes.
Wells right,
Yes.
Reifenberg,
Yes.
Parks.
Yes. John, you say yes. Oh, I didn't hear you. You're usually louder. Okay, so that's all the resolutions. Now we have the contract for the tank dive-in inspection, which is going to be, that's not it, 42, I had it somewhere.
4,286.
It's gonna be at least 42 unless we have to buy more bags if we have more sludge.
And if we want real-time video,
Well, I guess if we're gonna get real-time pictures, we don't need the video. That's what you're all saying, right?
That's what I'm saying. we should get pictures in the report.
So I'm okay
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
what the report has, is internal and external.
Okay,
pictures.
so I'm okay, as long as we get evidence that we had it done and it's done. Okay, so I need a motion so that can be done next week. Okay, April and Roy second. Any
Said Monday,
discussion?
right?
Nope.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay. PDQ, sold to, it's freaking letters I can't see. To BME, new contract. And you have that in your packet. And so I don't think we really have choice, do we?
No, but I also didn't cross-reference
You need it,
the annual price of
No,
the
I
contract, but what I did notice was in there, PDQ did not cover color toners, only black,
I noticed that too, that they're gonna
and
give
they're
us
gonna
that.
cover color toners as well. So that's just kind of a flat fee unless we go over. Just now, I think PDQ had, did PDQ have one in there? We had an overage. Yeah, we had an overage of copies because they cover so many. So we paid the overage. That's all we'll probably see from BME. We won't have the additional color toner.
So we'll just have to pay for overage, and that's per month, correct? We get so many per month, 22,000 per month, is that what I read?
22,000 black and white images per year.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
an
that's-
annual contract.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's only per year, and we're already over 2 months in?
No. That was our last year.
Oh.
When we ended our PDQ, we were over, so we had to pay the overage.
Like,
The
no
overage
more
is
paper.
2 cents each if you go over the 22,000. And they'll call us periodically. They used to. PDQ would call us and ask us to go do like a usage page
Mhm.
and fax it over to them.
Mhm.
Apparently, they're gonna have it set up where they come in automatically
Yeah.
and pull their own, so
Yeah.
they'll kind of let us know where we're at and if we're getting close.
They should have a monitoring software installed on somebody's computer here.
Yep.
It's the
Alright.
same thing that they do over it.
Is there, is,
Something I was reading, talking about that, so.
Yeah, then, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sure it's that, but-
Did it go up in price? Because I didn't compare.
Neither did I. I
So we
didn't have a
don't know.
chance to compare to see what PDQ was.
And when is this one, when is this due?
Now?
Oh,
They will commence March 1st.
oh, okay.
Because they sold and
perfect.
we, ours has expired.
Okay, so we need a motion
I'll move
because, okay. Second,
I'll second.
do we know how much it is?
I
I can't remember.
thought I saw 500 per year plus any
Okay.
applicable taxes, which obviously we don't have, so.
All right, any more discussion? All in favor?
Alright.
Aye, okay. All right, now let's get to the local law, which I have no idea where mine is. Isn't that funny? Right here, I found it, everybody, I found it. Okay, do we have to read this all?
No.
Okay. The only thing that I want you to understand is when we vote on this, we're all voting to
Shall
be
be.
excluded.
Right.
Shall be excluded,
Yep.
not shall not be excluded.
I will back out the not
So everybody
be.
cross off your not.
Will be. Included.
Shall be included. Or excluded, shall be excluded. Okay,
Where do you see that?
it's turnover local law,
Right up.
right up at the top, right here, second line. Does he- Yep,
Okay.
because he typed it wrong and I was gonna call him today, but it was easier. Debbie said it's easier for us to swear that because she has it.
No, they don't type it wrong. They type it that way so
You can do
you guys
either
can
or.
decide shall or shall
Or
not.
not.
Oh, so he typed it so we can make the decision, but
You
I
guys
thought
make
you
the
guys
decision,
voted
shall
on the
or shall
decision
not.
to do it last
Right.
night, and we just needed the local
I'll
law.
move it.
Okay, is that,
Yes.
oh, wait, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sure, let's go.
All right, so Deb, there is nothing on the bottom. It's on 4 where you do a roll call on this.
Yeah, I'll just make up mine and I'll put mine in there. I have to
Okay.
add that because that's my own thing. I can
All right,
make
so
mine.
I need a second. John motioned it. I need a second.
I'll second.
Sarah and Debbie will do roll call.
Stockwell,
Yes.
Reichenberg,
Yes.
Parks,
Yes.
Wales Wright,
Yes.
Christian.
Yes. Okay. Okay, correspondence, DOT on the impact, you all got that?
No impact.
Okay, any other business that relates to the town? I have one. I forgot to mention this, Sarah. I checked out the stuff for the county, for the store. Here's that information, and I think I have something else for you. And the only other thing I have is if, do you want a committee meeting in, I don't know what month it is. What's today? March. Do we want a committee meeting in, so it would be,
25th, right?
and yes, it would be, yeah, it would be the 25th. So, and then the next meeting will be the 8th. So that's, you guys tell me.
I think we should hold off to the next board meeting, so I can schedule some other meetings.
Okay, well, then you can get like stuff ready for
Yes.
the Millbrook, so, because we'll be up and almost ready to roll.
Right.
And then I can get my research done on the other thing.
And I think Connie finished the website, she just has to finish fully opening it, she put in all the information for the buildings.
Okay, and then, Connie goes on vacation when again, the end of March?
Next weekend.
Next week? Okay, so Connie's on vacation. Roy is gonna be on vacation he'll miss the next April's board meeting, correct, Roy? So he'll be on vacation, and then you going on vacation?
I just want to, not till June, but I won't be here for the June meeting.
Okay, just on the calendar by the desk, that little calendar, that's where we're writing on the vacations on, okay? And then
We're not
I'll
using the big
be,
calendar?
huh?
We're not using the big calendar?
I don't wanna run the big calendar. Come on, I like that calendar. Use the little
What are you gonna
calendar.
do with it?
Okay,
She'll frame it.
it's, listen, I get that personally from the insurance company. That's my personal one I brought in. I didn't get one of these big ones. Listen, and then, the deputy will be gone April 1st to around the 18th. Was that correct? Or 19th, Roy? And the supervisor will be leaving the 22nd and won't be back to the 29th. I'm going
Did
to,
you get a good raise?
I'm going to the Keys.
I know, right?
Okay.
I got a whole John out of my vacation.
No, I'm not.
Well, you gotta